the new camera
Nuts.
angle? Huh?
I did.
I didn't notice.
I did notice.
Because usually it's over here, but I don't know. I have more range of vision now.
More jaunty, I
the
like
mic's
it.
not in the way, but the problem is that it's face on, so you can see all the 19 chins more easily. But
That's okay.
19.
that's
As
why I
many
sit
as
like
that.
this a lot. Yeah.
Oh. Didn't know
Let me
you had
think about
19
that for a
chins.
minute.
Hmm.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'm all right. I've got an MRI scan tomorrow, Duke.
I hope it goes well.
A specialist cardiac MRI, no doubt. I have to go
Okay.
to Liverpool. I have
Now
to go
here's
to
the
a
question.
specialist centre.
Is it an open MRI or a closed MRI?
What the hell difference does that make?
Well, the closed MRI is kind of like a very small thing that they slide you into. An open MRI is just a room you hang out in.
No. It's like a polo mint. So it's
What?
a closed one, I guess. It looks
Closed.
like a polo. It
Closed.
looks like
Gotcha.
a polo mint. It's like a
Okay,
big polo mint. Yeah, polo mint.
I don't know what a polo mint is.
Oh, God.
Oh shit!
What's
Forget
the
about
matter
it.
with
You could
you?
also just tell me
Judaism.
instead of
No.
berating me for not
It's a-
knowing.
It's like a fucking polo. Oh, just a minute. I don't
It's
know.
like a polo, man.
It's a mint with a hole in the middle.
When
It's
you
a
eat
polo
them, you're
mint.
going, I'm eating an MRI.
I'm eating an MRI scanner.
Oh, we call them lifesavers here. I got you.
They've got a
What?
hole in them. They're round, and they've got a hole
Yes.
in like a donut.
Right.
Looks like
Right,
a donut,
thank
but
you.
tiny.
Thank you.
Tiny donut.
Lifesavers?
made of
What you
Savers?
call polo mints, we call lifesavers.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
I know it's weird.
How
Well, you
does
know,
a
the thing
polo
they
mint
throw off a
save
boat,
your
the
life?
life preserver.
Oh.
That's
I
why it's called
see.
that. Yeah.
I see. Do you know, at one
probably
point, Duke,
tastes
in
the
this country, because we're so fucking love a novelty,
Yeah.
he sold the holes out of
Yeah,
the middle. And it was
I
a
remember
little
those.
round
Well, yeah,
sweet.
we had those here too. Yeah, sure.
the hole from the middle of the
Yep.
polo.
Nestle.
Uh.
Boo, Nestle, boo.
So I'm going for that, and they should know more. I had an echocardiogram this
Oh.
week. I think.
What the hell? They're the same company. Round trees.
Well, there you
They
go.
were developed. But why did they call them lifesavers here?
Because
and
it's
you don't call
stupid.
them lifesavers?
Because you'd have gone, why is it called a polo mint? What does that even mean? I don't even
know
know
why,
why it's called a
but-
polo mint.
Why
is it polo mint?
Soon followed after. I don't know.
Who knew?
Company legend is that the name derived from polar and its implied cool freshness.
Oh, there you go. Nothing to do with the hole in the middle.
I guess not. Go
So
for it.
there
Are we
you
ready to
go.
start this train
I
wreck?
don't know. I
What?
just keep sticking my head in tubes. That's all I'm doing these days.
Oh, God.
Ginny, are you ready?
No.
I'm
No.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's- I'm not used to having the camera here. I got to look over
You
here, but y'all
fuckers.
are over here. I know. I'll put this here, because then I'm looking at you while I'm looking at that.
I'm looking at you, and
Except
you
that
looking
most
at
of
me.
what I
You
look
looking
at
at me?
here is
I'm
gonna
looking
be-
at you. You looking at me?
Why?
Talking to me?
You looking at me?
Why?
Now I'm gonna say what Chinny says.
I'm not gonna get interrupted by stupid sound effects.
Aye.
We're switching places. Everything's crazy.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
All
I'm fine.
right.
Let's start the
Crazy.
motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go, people. Come on.
Yay.
Down to the sound.
Welcome, yo.
Yay.
Welcome, yo.
Got the fellas will tell you about it.
Yay.
Okay, let me play this week.
Yeah.
News,
Come on.
reviews, and
Come
an
on.
indie pick.
Veteran gamers.
Yeah.
Here comes Duke with the sound bites.
Veterans.
It's the veteran gamers.
You get nothing.
Veteran gamers.
You lose. Good day, sir.
It's the veteran gamers.
Yesterday was the birthday of legendary Dutch flautist Frans Blutheim.
I'm a potato.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
Eddie, you're gonna be late. Stop playing Italian Maintenance Twins and get in here.
Hello and welcome to episode 667 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay! 667. We are Satan adjacent. Satan's gone with the wind, people. But we're here. We won't
Yeah, we
abandon
are.
you the way Satan does.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And we're ready to rock.
Yeah, who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I'm
Could be
Duke.
anyone. I'm Stu. Who else is here? I don't know. No one, by the sound of it. There's nobody here. There's just me and
No,
you,
man.
Duke.
He
Yeah,
never
yeah.
introduces himself. It's
I know,
Chinny.
it's terrible.
Be quiet, Chinny.
Yeah, Chinny.
Hello.
What's
You're
up,
right.
listeners?
How's it going? How are you?
doing?
All right.
I
How are
cleared
you?
several things off my to-do list today, and I got more papers to grade. But you know what? I'm not panicking about it. So because here's why: I have a story to tell about this week.
My favorite
Wow.
time. It's story
Oh,
time.
interesting.
Story time.
Well, you haven't heard the story yet. Maybe it will be interesting. It
It
won't.
could
but it might
be. Who knows? It
No, it's
might
not
be.
gonna be. So we had parent-teacher conferences. I think y'all call them parent-teacher interviews. Anyway,
No.
Well,
well, they do in
parents'
Australia, or at least
evenings.
the
Parents'
Australian
evenings
rapper.
over here.
Well,
Parents'
now you
evenings.
can't call it just that. It could be parents and caregivers.
call-
You see
we call 'em
families.
Pip Pop Willy Pop evenings.
There you go.
Well, that
That's
makes sense.
exactly
That checks out.
exactly what they call them.
So anyway, yeah, I started every conference with, I'm really sorry that I don't have more scores in the computer. I haven't provided more feedback on the students' writing yet. And not a single student or parent or caregiver said anything about it. So I'm not feeling like, you know,
So what
I
you're
beat
saying? They just
myself up a
don't
lot.
give a shit. They're
No,
just
it's not that I don't care. It's
No,
that I
no, they
feel
don't
that-
care.
Well, it's not that they don't care. So they didn't feel the need to demand that I hit the gas on the commenting and the grading.
Wow.
So you know what? Look, the grades. I have to get the grades in by the end of the semester, and I will. I have to give feedback to the students on their writing, and I will. I always do. But in the meantime, like whatever. I have a life to live, you know. So that's my
Whatever.
story.
Fuck school. Fuck the job. Who
Well,
cares?
that's not quite the message I was trying to send, but
Yeah.
go
That's
with
what
that.
that's what I heard. What
I
about
had,
you, Ginny?
Sure,
I,
why
no, I had
not?
a mate who had the same policy to work, and he was a firefighter. And he was like, whatever, like there's a building
Yeah,
on
who
fire,
gives a
like,
shit? It's something
whatever.
on fire. It's fine. What do you mean I have to go in there and get some people burning?
I'm not
out
in
of
it.
What's the
I'm-
worst that could happen?
I'm not in that building. Why does it bother me?
Exactly. It's fine.
Exactly.
Who cares?
So anyway, yeah, it's been a good weekend. I got a
Good.
little rest. Yay.
Well,
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
pulled a
that's good.
muscle in my
Yes.
neck,
Oof.
In his neck.
Oh no.
which makes it
Sounds
difficult.
like a setup for a joke, but I'm gonna give you.
Which
It's
it makes-
usually his right hand, so it does make a change.
which it only hurts to swallow and talk.
Oh, well, that's
Well, then why don't you not talk? for the
yeah.
rest
Don't
of the
do either of
show
those things. You might be fine.
And spit instead.
So. But apart
How about
from
this?
that-
Can you listen to heavy metal music and bang your head like?
I probably could.
Like Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah,
a
could
good
you
thing
do
to
that?
do when you have strained your neck.
There's a new Beavis and Butthead film coming out. Did you know?
Yeah, I know. I watched an episode of the reboot, and like, I don't know. Mike Judge is the man. I can't thank him enough for Office Space and Idiocracy in the first few seasons of Beavis and Butthead, but I just don't feel like it has the same spark that it used to
No.
have.
Just not
Like,
feeling it,
First of
man.
all, in the new one, like they go to this escape room and it's designed like an Egyptian tomb and all this stuff, and they get stuck in the bathroom. So it's like we're trying to escape from this bathroom, and like they're too smart. Like they managed to get out, and it's like, wait a minute, they usually used to get out with luck. But this time they like figured it out, and I'm like, no, that's not. Beavis and
Yeah,
Butthead
they're not
really-
brainy. What's going on?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, whatever. It's only one episode, but it didn't make me want to run out.
I
and
like
see
I like
all
the fact
others.
that they're watching TikTok videos now instead of music
Yeah.
videos. I think that's funny. It's like,
Yeah.
what's this? You know, like it's like
Right,
funny.
It's that's a good update. I don't mind that, but I mean But on the other hand, like, and I mean, this wouldn't be true today, but I always loved when they watched a video that I knew. You know what I mean? Because then they're commenting on something that I'm already familiar with.
But you need to get on
Yeah,
that tickety talk there, dude. That's what
No,
you
I
need
really
to do.
don't. First of all, they're coming for Amazon, so brace yourself, Jeff Bezos. They're talking about they're building warehouses. TikTok is building warehouses all over the U.S.
Really?
Cool.
Yes, they're gonna try to be the new Amazon. So it's
What's
like,
it? What did he
Nice.
call diversifying? That's what they're doing.
yeah, exactly. They're
That's a good
well,
word.
Empire building is the other way to
Empire
think.
building, diversify.
Right. Either way.
Who knows? They want to be
Splum-
Elon
How do you
Musk.
tell
He's
the
a nice
difference in a
guy.
modern
We like
corporation?
Elon.
Splumfification.
talking about.
That's another way I put
Right,
it.
Splumfification is what most
Yeah.
academic economists refer to it
Yeah.
as. So, yeah. right. We are going to talk about video games. Don't worry,
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah, well,
Especially if it's your
um,
first time listening or watching.
Yeah.
I've got to
coming.
say, can I
Video
just say, right? I've
No.
been off work. I've been
No,
off
you
work
can't
now for
say.
3
No.
weeks.
3 weeks. What have you been doing
3
with your
weeks.
time?
Yeah.
Why are there
I know,
not
it's
30
weird.
games on your list?
I know this is a trouble. I feel like days are just blur into each other now.
That's what
It's
happened when
weird.
I had the COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm off again next week. I've got to go for me review next week to see how much longer I've got to stay off for before he thinks it's safe for me to go back to work. You know, so I don't just like instantly die.
How
after
much
about
longer you
10
can
minutes.
Skyforce you, isn't it?
I've never. Do you know? I've never been off sick in my
How
life.
much longer you
This
can
is
lech
the-
off
this
your
is the
bloody work?
First time
You
in my
lech.
entire career since I was 16 years old
Oh yeah.
that I've been off work.
Yeah, and
First
you've
time
finally
ever.
gone, you know what, I'm due to skive.
I'm
gonna do
fucking
it.
due some sick time. That's what I'm saying. I've been banking it up for the last 20 odd years.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, it's just weird. It's just kind of weird.
Well, yeah.
Just
Sure.
not doing shit, not doing anything. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
You've got to be
Uh,
doing
You know,
something.
That being
You
said,
gotta
we
do what
have
you gotta
done
do.
it because we did go away this week, and I sat in a bath outside, which was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for
I
sending
did.
that.
I know. Didn't
Yeah,
you
it was
like
a
it? A bit of a
sexy
sexy
picture.
pic. Bit of
Oh,
a
it
sexy
was
pic for you
beautiful.
guys.
I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Outside in
Yeah.
the bath, in the buff.
So where was
in the
that?
bath. It was quite funny actually because I didn't really
Oh,
look
I
where
doubt
it
that.
was. I didn't really. So we booked this Airbnb, right, which looked
Yeah.
really nice. It was called the Llama Pod, and they had
I mean,
llamas
it's
in
an
the
hilarious story already. You booked
Well,
an
here's the
Airbnb.
thing,
Oh,
right?
pff.
Booked
laughing.
it, and I said to Kay, we don't want to go too far, so I'd sort of put in Grange over Sands, which is about 45 minutes an hour from where we live, so not
Bloody
too far away.
hell.
Well, it do, you know, like Airbnb does stuff in the area around where you've put, so it's not necessarily where you've put.
Never
So we
used it, never will,
booked
don't
it.
know, but okay.
We booked it, stuck it in good. It's 30 minutes, 30 minutes away, so I could literally just drive up there for the day. You
So
know,
you can
alright.
ride your bikes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was lovely. It was really,
Doesn't
really
matter
good
if
place.
it's 10
You were
minutes
right.
away.
That was
No.
an excellent story.
Yeah, it was. See, I told you it was worth the wait.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally
was.
worth it.
I'm so glad.
Totally worth it.
So you took a bath and hung out and just.
And I took
it
a bath and hung out, and then I've got to go to Liverpool tomorrow. I was saying earlier, I've got to
Yeah.
go for an MR,
To be fair, you could have
cardiac.
taken a bath and
That's
hung out
suspicious.
in your own house for free.
I could have
What if
done.
they
I
made
could
an MRI
have.
with a bath as part of it? Like you sit
I know.
in the
Yeah,
bath,
that'd probably
and then
be
you have the
dangerous.
MRI.
Dangerous.
Why?
I
Water
don't know.
is not magnetic.
High-powered magnets and baths don't mix. I'm reckoning.
Well, it depends on what the bath is made out of. It's made out of like plastic. You're good.
I think the amount of
This
electric
is the
them things
stupidest debate I've ever been in.
I just think having an MRI in a bath is a bad idea.
Why
a
MRIs
great
can't be
idea.
in baths is not a debate I'm willing to take part
Sure, it
in.
is a
You know,
great.
and
this is
if
this
it's-
discussion is so much.
If it's a
fun.
metal bath, even worse.
Still going.
I
Still
mean,
going.
you're
All right,
screwed
moving
then
on.
because that's stuck in the.
Anybody else got
polo
a story time?
No.
Jenny, you got any story?
No,
Okay,
kill
fine,
me
let's
now.
move
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing? Eddie, you're gonna be late. Stop playing Italian Maintenance Twins and get in here.
Thing is,
that's from the show Fresh Off the Boat, by the way. And I love the way she refers to Super Mario Brothers as Italian maintenance twins.
Yeah.
that's the reason. By the way, that's the reason I haven't played much because I've been away and Kay's on holiday, so you know you can't.
And you
play
don't have
games.
any way to play video games when you're not at home because.
Well, I have my
God
Steam
knows.
Deck, of course, me dick. me
Right,
dick.
and don't you have a Switch?
Yeah, I don't
Do
really
you have a
use that very
3DS
much.
still?
No, got rid of that.
Well, then
a
what are
long
you
time
talking
ago.
about? You're making excuses. I didn't play anything because I was not at home.
No,
I'm just playing with you. You're perfectly allowed to only play 7 games. We've got
exactly.
plenty to talk about, people. Don't worry.
I have got games to talk
All right,
about. It
how
is
are we
true.
starting this? Once again, listeners, we heard you demanding. Many of you said
Yeah,
to
you
us
did.
online, "Hey, we love it when y'all play similar games, and then you can talk about the same game." So we've done that again this week.
We
I
have-
don't know if
we
this
have
is
done
gonna
that.
hold forever. We can't keep this up.
I don't know.
always, but
There's plenty
we're
to
doing
go
as much
until
as we can.
your month's free trial runs out.
I thought you were talking about my mom. I'm like, what are you?
No, not your mum.
Right, my
I
mom.
only
your mum
say
on
that
the
to
show.
Skinny. I only say that to
I
Skinny.
don't think you
Uh,
want to have my mom on the show.
But yes,
Yes.
yeah, until your free trial runs out in a month, and then we'll have to not play same games again. Just saying.
Or we could play games that have free demos on Steam.
Oh,
because we don't have
unless I
access
just
to that.
play, unless Chinny and I just play Skyrim.
Well, that's
and
why
Rocket
you
League.
play bloody trash every week, dude, because you're just playing the free trash.
Yeah, you're playing the crap
I believe
demos,
someone else suggested a free demo on Steam this week, right?
which is good. Can I say? Not
Well, let's
some
talk about it
trash you
then. The
play.
game is called Dredge.
I
It
didn't
is
play
called
it.
Dredge. You didn't. Well, we
Chinny
know
didn't
you
play
wouldn't.
because he's a loser.
I
He is a
downloaded it.
loser.
If you want, though, I can tell
Chinny?
if you want, I can tell a 15-minute story of me downloading it like Stu would, if you want.
Boo.
That
no,
won't be
you
necessary, but we
you
appreciate
can stick
the
it.
offer.
You can stick your demo up your ass.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so why don't you just shush and put the visual up while me
Yeah,
and Stu
yeah.
talk about it.
Talk about this
Oh.
very cool
All right.
You can't.
little
What?
indie
How
game.
would you? How would you respond, Duke, if I said that to you?
I'd be like, okay, cool. Because
No, you
Yeah,
wouldn't.
so
You'd be
I'll
like,
just do it.
I'll
I'll
ask
do
some
it.
questions along the way. So
I
that
won't
can
do what the
participate.
man tells me to do.
It would establish
Actually, I
if
would
he should
probably
do it
quote
first.
Rage Against the Machine. Fuck you! I won't do what
Yeah,
you tell
exactly.
me. I went
Oh,
to
yeah.
this concert one time, and Rage was one of the groups that we were going to see. So we were going on the way in, and the dude was like, "There's this guy going in, and he had no shirt on, he had no shoes on, and this security guard goes, 'Hey, watch out. Someone broke some glass over here, so you may want to walk that way.' And he goes, 'Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.' And I was like, dude, he's trying
That
to
sounds
save
like
you
good
from
advice.
broken, cut up feet.
Did he
What's
then?
wrong with you?
Did he then go
I think so.
ooh,
Like, my feet are all bloody, but at least I didn't let the man push me around. Like, what an idiot.
Was it like
Anyway.
the scene from Die Hard?
No, it's like the episode of the Ricky Gervais podcast where they're making fun of people who are like, someone had a T-shirt that Steven Merchant saw that said "fuck the Gap," like mind the gap. It just said "fuck the Gap." It's like,
Yeah.
what are you rebelling against? That's just sensible public safety advice.
Well, it's a
That's
little bit
fuck
like
penicillin.
we've had protests in this country in the last few days about stop using oil or giving more oil licenses and something.
Yeah.
And one of the things they did was throw paint on a Van Gogh painting in the museum.
Yeah, because they're
whatever.
trying to protest against BP funding all the art galleries.
Is that what it was? Because I had
Yeah.
no idea why they would choose that as a target.
That's the
because,
problem. A lot of protests don't make clear the link between what they're doing and what their
because
ideology is.
they did it on
which
an
is really
Aston
important.
Martin car today, and I'm Aston Martin garage, and I'm like, well, that makes sense because the big gas guzzling cars. That makes sense to me. But
You
on
gotta
a
make
Van
the
Gogh
links clear.
painting,
Yeah. Right.
what the fuck has Van Gogh got to do with anything?
Well, first of
dickhead?
all, it's not affecting Van Gogh himself. It's some rich art dealer is going to pay to
but
have
it's
it
trying to
cleaned,
think
which
that
isn't-
understand the link. No, because it was a British
Right.
Museum of Art. or
And
something, wasn't
also, it was covered in
Yeah, but where are
glass.
they going to get the money to paint it? Right, it's
And
probably covered in glass.
Then they glued themselves to the wall.
Yeah, well, they're
Oh,
trying
well,
to
that's
get noticed, and
hilarious.
They're trying to raise awareness about BP.
I'd have just
so
pulled them
I have-
off. If it's
I
super
have
glue, they can leave the
sympathy
skin
for
on
what
there.
they're
Just
doing,
whip it
but
off.
Whatever.
Whip their hands off.
Anyway, let's talk about video games,
Honestly.
shall we?
If you glue yourself to an art gallery wall, people just stop and stare and think it's a piece.
Well, they think it was art.
This is a very interesting new piece that they've
Wow.
installed. Yeah.
I love how angry
Yeah.
they are.
Orange painting with glued hands. Lovely.
Mm.
Yes. All right. Moving on. Dredge is a game.
Yes.
Where
Oh, yeah,
you play a
Dredge,
guy
that's right.
With a boat. And
With a
the
boat,
boat,
little
the
boat.
game starts with you crashing your boat, which
Yeah, it didn't
again,
go well.
I don't. What? It seems like a weird way to start the game.
Well,
The
not
game
this
is-
game. Not
yes,
really.
this game, because you play a person who is given a boat and they say go out and catch fish and then upgrade your boat and then you look for stuff in the water and blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not just be like, hey, we're looking for someone to pilot this boat. Like, you're new to town. Do you have any experience with boats? No, it has to be, I woke up in a place I didn't know. I must have crashed my boat against the
God.
rocks.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
it's
what?
like when you wake up in like a dungeon and then you have to escape and then you've got nothing.
Yeah, or you wake up and like, I've done this before. What are these words hanging in the
Oh,
air? Like,
oh, you're being driven in a wagon to your execution for some
Yeah,
reason,
or
and you
it's
have no
like-
shit, man. What's
yeah,
going
or
on?
It's like, oh, your father was killed in the war. Now you got to get revenge for him. It's almost like there's one story that these video game developers ever tell.
But this isn't. To be fair, this isn't that.
over and over.
This isn't that.
It's
He's
basically the
no.
same
If you
game.
play,
It's like, I woke
if
up
you
in a
play
place I
more
didn't-
of the game, this guy's responded to an advert for the fisherman, presumably because the other
Fine.
fisherman's
Why does he have
gone.
to crash his boat? And
Because
like,
the island's fucking sinister. I don't know how much you played,
Okay,
man,
the
but don't
island's
go fishing
sinister.
at night. Because
right,
I'll
he's
tell you
sin-
what,
he's
rocks just
sinister,
appear
right,
from nowhere.
Sure. Okay, whatever. Anyway,
I
found
remember
the
why
whole
I didn't play it
trite and
now.
silly.
I took a look at the
But-
screenshot and I was like, nah.
Well, you're just a fool,
It's
Chinny, because it's
very-
actually a pretty fun game.
It
Oh.
is. It's very clever.
It's, I mean, I don't know if I'd call it very clever. The basic idea is that you're trying to help solve some mysteries on the island. And in the meantime, you make money by catching fish. And you drive your little boat around, and it's all 3D, and you have this area that you can't go too far because the fog will come at night and things get weird at night.
Ooh.
But you go out, you catch fish, come back, sell the fish, buy upgrades, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I did
And-
get caught out at night once, by the way, and it was fucking horrible.
Yeah,
and there
I
was
got
shit
caught out a
crashing
couple
into my
times.
boat, and I'm like, "What is
Yeah.
happening? Why is everything breaking? Help!"
And
And
you
there's
have
little
your-
eyeballs looking at me.
Right. You have a panic meter that you have to make sure you don't overextend. And your boat can take 3 pieces of, you can hit 3 things, and then the next time it'll explode or whatever. And I remember I had hit my 3rd thing, and the boat's like burning, and like there's smoke coming out of it. And I was like, oh God, I got to get home. But I
It
managed
does
to make
panic.
home
You do
okay.
panic, don't you?
No,
Uh,
sure. Well, you know.
What's
you don't
kind of
lose any
clever as
progress.
well is it works a bit like Super Hot. So time
Right.
only moves when you're doing something. So if you're moving the boat, time
Correct.
moves. If you're fishing, time goes really quick. And if you miss the fucking things that you have to click on, it's
Yep.
Speedy Gonzales.
Right. So to explain what Stu is talking about, there's a fishing mini game. So it's not just like your average. I mean, every game has a different mechanic for fishing. This one's
Yeah.
pretty good. You have a circle, and something is spinning around in the circle, and there are certain parts of the circle that are green. And when you click on those green spots, you pull the fish up more. So you can just let it run, I think, and then it'll eventually.
You can,
pull
but then the
fish
day
up.
runs out after about 3 fish.
Exactly. So you want to speed it up by clicking on the green bits. And once in a while, there's a yellow bit. And if you click during the yellow bit, there's a very good chance you will get a special fish that sells for more money. So it's an interesting little twist. Then when you go dredging for artifacts or like treasure in the water, there's a different mini game where you have actually 2 circles, one inside the other, and they have these little red spots. And you have to switch from one circle to the other to avoid
It's a
hitting
little
the
bit
red
like
spots.
Super Hexagon, wasn't it? Like that dodging thing.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah, you're basically dodging the red things by going to the outer circle or the inner circle alternately. When you have your hold of your ship, where you put your fish, it's kind of like Tetris because some of the fish are long, 2 blocks long, some are 3 blocks long. Those are the eels. And then you have some fish that are more curly, which are kind of like an L shape. So you have to figure out where to put all the fish and other things you find. It's interesting. It's got some interesting design choices.
It has. I've got to say as well, I thought it was kind of cool the first time you catch a deformed fish, if you call it a deformed one,
Yeah.
and you take it to the fisherman, and he gets very excited about that deformed fish.
Yeah.
And you're like, this place is a weird place.
Yep. And you get special requests. You go find this kind of fish and that kind of fish. You have to upgrade your ship in order to be able to to fish for oceanic catches.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of things you're constantly.
A lot of it's locked out in the demo though, which was a bit disappointing for me.
Right.
There was loads of things you couldn't upgrade or.
I never went to the red light. Did you go?
No,
to the
I
red
never
light
went out at night. I was too scared to go out at night.
Actually, it's funny. I found myself near that area at night one time. Like the sun was going down, and I'm like, I'm right where the red light usually shows up. I'll just wait. And I waited, and nothing happened. And I'm like, oh, I see. It's gonna show up if I can't get to it. But if I'm where it's supposed to be, then I can't find it. Like, what the what?
And you've got to go around the back of the island, haven't you, to find the shipwreck. I didn't do that yet. But I am going to play more of it because I don't think it's disappeared yet as a demo. So
no, it hasn't. But I'll be honest. I played a little bit of it. I had some fun. I thought it was well made. But I don't think I'm going to go back to it. And I'm not going to buy it because it's cute. But I'm not interested enough in the story. And
right, I can't thought it was kind of. I quite like the fact that it kept drip feeding new things for you to do all the time as well.
I felt like they did something interesting with the story where, like, you kind of started on a broken ship or something.
I think, exactly. I think the story actually might be quite cool when you start to piece together what the hell's going on in this.
I would debate
perhaps.
that.
I don't know. I think there's promise.
Are you gonna buy it, Stu?
I think if it's cheap enough, I probably will. If it's like 10, 15 quid, I'll probably give it a go.
I think it is.
I quite enjoyed it. I spent way more time than I thought I would play.
But if it's £16, get the fuck.
Yeah, £16, not a chance, man.
No, it's not out yet. So that's why we don't.
No, it's not out till next year. Apparently, it's about a year before this comes out. So it's quite a long time to wait for this one. Unlike the Entropy Center, which is about a month, isn't it, or less than a month now?
Less than a month.
So that could be pretty.
So anyway, Dredge, try the demo, people. If you like a little fishing game, but different from your usual fishing game because you're in a boat rather than on the shore.
Yep. He's got some weird creepy stuff going
Gold,
on.
whatever his name is. Hey, everyone in the YouTube chat said, hey, everyone, when are we playing the new Craps on Poker Stars VR?
I thought about that this week. We should play some poker.
Is there Craps on VR?
Yeah, they've added Craps now.
I never know how to play Craps.
You just throw dice and hope for the best. It's like every other game in a
Hannibal
casino.
Buress talking about how much he loves craps because you can bet against someone for no reason. You should be like, I don't like his hat. $20 against his hat.
I've never known.
It's something about, I don't remember exactly how it works, but it's something about.
You bet on what you're going to roll, don't you? What sort of
exactly.
totals you're rolling.
I'll tell you how to play craps.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be a thing. But
well, last time we played it, they added roulette, didn't they? And that was really
so we played roulette for a bit, didn't we? That was pretty
fun.
good fun. It was fun. It was fun. We'll have to play. We'll have to sort out.
Pass line bet, don't pass bet, come bet, don't come bet, field bet, place. Oh God.
God, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm just listing the different kinds of bets you can make in craps. And now I'm bored, so I closed the tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chinny, you're up. What do you play?
Yeah, Ginny, what do you
I've only
play?
played one game.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Is this the other game that we all
Is
agreed
this
to play?
the only thing you play?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
The commitment is blinding.
It is. I'm
well,
impressed.
I played it.
You did.
What more do
So,
you want?
Yes,
shall
you
we
did.
talk about this?
Yes.
Big
Are you an
fat
adult
old
who has an unhealthy
cube?
fixation on a certain animation company?
Yeah.
Because if so, we have a game for you.
Yeah, we bloody do. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The game is Disney Dreamlight Valley,
I can't believe
and
I
it's
played
going to
this
be
for
free
more
to
than 10
play
minutes.
when it's done.
Oh, it's free to play now.
Well, no, it's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, but you...
Which is
well,
not free to play.
Well, I guess. You're right. I suppose I hadn't thought of it that way.
But here's the thing: there are people on Steam who've paid $20 for early access to this.
Wow, you're
because they
kidding
are,
me.
and it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam. And I'll be honest, you know me, I'm into my Stardew Valley clones, right?
Yeah.
Income, whatever. This is, I don't know why it's got an overwhelmingly positive review, other than review average.
It's Disney.
Other than it's Disney, and there's so. Jim Gaffigan said there are adults who go to Disney without having kids with them, and they're known as weirdos.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Now, it's very well made. Disney does not take shorts with its video games in general, right?
It's Game Loft, though. I was like, fucking hell, is there anything they haven't got their fingers stuck in?
Whatever, that's fine. I don't mind that. But
Who's Game Loft again?
Game Loft did all of the mobile games, all the copies of COD and God knows what they did.
Right, okay.
A copy game of pretty much every major franchise on a phone.
It got them a lot of money, and it got them
Yeah, it
Disney's
did.
attention. So I guess they
Yeah, I
did what
guess
they
so.
set out to do.
Yeah.
So the idea is that I don't know, were you left it, or did you just wake up here again?
I don't know. You're in
Who
the
cares?
Dreamlight Valley,
Who
man.
cares?
You're dreaming, and
Uh,
it's all been taken over by thorns or something.
Right. It's the forgetting. And
the forgetting.
Yeah, right. So
I guess you're right. Who cares?
I
So
wish I
th-
could
this
forget it,
wizard-
but I haven't yet.
and it's so for kids. This game is built for children.
Yeah,
So
it is.
this wizard child, oh, nice to meet you. It's like,
Do
shut
you
up.
know who I am?
And then Mickey Mouse comes, oh, nice to see you.
I didn't get far enough for Mickey. Gotta say.
Wow,
Just
you
put
really
it down.
did give up after like 10 minutes.
Oh, no, I did. I got all my tools, so I did all the tool
How
things.
did you get all the tools without seeing Mickey?
Oh, I don't know. I never saw him. I just
Thought he had
found
to
the
see him.
tools.
Well, anyway, whatever. It doesn't
I don't know.
matter.
Just
The
found
point is,
tools.
it's a well-made game. It's very basic in terms of how it starts you off. You have this magic power to clear away the thorns, and then every time you do, you get coins, and you get seeds, and you get bags, and you get clothes, and you get stuff. And there's certain areas that are blocked off until you get a certain amount of dream light, and then you achieve certain goals, and this burst of light shoots out. And
Oh
then
yeah, it does.
the whole valley lights up a little bit, so it's not so gloomy. And it's all about becoming friends with all these Disney characters, and they've got everybody in here. They got Woody from Toy Story, and they got
Yeah,
Wally, and they got
Goofy.
Goofy, and they got Mickey, and they got Frozen, and they got everybody. So
Scar from.
well, there is Timon and Pumbaa or whatever, and at one point they're talking about, did you wish your best days could just stay frozen in time? And then they're showing Ella or Elsa. Whatever.
Oh, I get it.
Lilo
Yeah,
and
then
Stitch,
it said,
I've seen.
you'll when you're here, you'll have no worries, and they're walking across the little bridge from the line.
Oh, I get it.
And it's like, Hakuna Matata.
Makuma Matata.
So
Anyway.
I saw other character was Hitler.
right, Hitler, from the
He
well-known
was a very
Disney
famous
cartoon,
Disney character.
Suck It Jews,
Yeah.
which was an early experiment in the 40s.
Yeah, he was going through a phase.
It wasn't a very popular cartoon, but they took a swing and they had a miss.
Yeah.
But
Can't all be
all that
hits.
being said,
But-
this game is fucking terrible. No, I can see the appeal to the right audience, but that audience
Yeah.
is not me.
Right. And it's not even me. Like I had a little fun with it, but I was like,
I don't know,
whatever,
crack a
man.
rock, get rid of some phones, and
And the
Crack
story
on.
just keeps going and going and going. Like they keep talking. Mickey Mouse will be like, Minnie used to love making fruit salad, but she liked crackers with them. I'm like, dude, if you want me to learn how to garden, fine. Just don't start telling me some story about how Minnie Mouse used to love
well,
eating
that's how they're
crackers
getting
with
it
her
across
fruit
in a
salad.
story because people remember stories better. It's a
I
teacher.
guess, but
You
it's
as
a
a
bad
teacher should
story.
know.
It's just it's not a good story though. Like, give us
Well.
kids are not stupid. They can handle a good
Yeah,
story.
they are. Yeah.
Mm,
not
but
just
it is.
fruit
They don't care.
salad
They
and
just want to.
crackers.
Just want to hit rocks and
So
fish.
let them just hit rocks then. What do we need with a story?
I don't know. I'm just saying. They don't care.
Roblox doesn't have a
kids don't
story.
care. Yeah, they're not bothered
Minecraft
about
doesn't
story.
have a story.
They just want to hit shit. I don't know.
Anyway, the
Collect
point is
stuff.
that if you're a Disney weirdo, you'll love it. If you're really in desperate need of a new Stardew Valley clone, you could. I mean, I guess you could play this, but there's really no reason to because there's other better
Stardew
clones
Valley.
out there.
Yeah.
Well, they're Stardew. Well, but I mean, if you want
Let's
to
play Stardew Valley.
No, if you need a 3D game, Stardew Valley won't do it. But you could play Dinkum, which is an
Yeah,
Australian.
exactly.
Stardew
That looks
Valley.
way better.
So
There's
what
also
does
a game that
what
just-
does Dinkum do that this doesn't?
First of all, it has an interesting community. Like, hanging out with Mickey Mouse gets really exhausting really fast. Dinkum has these much more laid back people who are like, hey, what do you want? Like, yeah. It has a more interesting world to explore. It has more things that you can make. Now, I should say this game has a lot of things you can make, but it's very slow in terms of how it unlocks them and makes them available to you.
But can I
So,
ask a question though? Has
Go ahead.
Dinkum got Goofy?
No, it does not.
There you go. Then that's it. Then for me,
But it,
I ain't playing no
does have
Dinkum.
a grumpy old dude who makes furniture.
Well, I don't think it's the same.
It's not the same, but some
It's
people.
not the same. It's not like a
enjoy
stupid
playing with a
dog,
grumpy
is it?
old
That goes all the time.
I didn't realize.
I'm
that was
sorry.
Goofy's catchphrase.
What?
Goofy the dog.
Okay.
Will.
That's a spot-on
It
impression.
is.
Oh, okay.
That's like he was there.
So our
Right.
veteran gamers consensus on Dreamlight Valley is.
Yeah,
Don't-
not my
don't
cup of
bother.
tea. And look, no, I can see some effort's gone into this, and I can see young boys and girls liking this. I'm not. I'll be honest, and I don't want to sound sexist, but I feel like girls would be more the audience for this than boys. Just saying.
I think that they're aiming it at girls more. I think.
Yeah,
that,
I think so.
yeah, I mean, it's clear that Stardew and its clones are more popular, probably among girls than.
Yeah, and let's be
boys.
honest, right?
Boys
10-year-old
want
boys
to kill everything in sight.
just want to play COD. They don't give no
Right.
shits about Disney Dreamlight. They
I mean,
want to shoot
there
people
are
in
a
the
bunch of
face.
10-year-old boys who love Minecraft, to be fair. So it's not
There is
all
that.
just wanting to kill everything.
But to be fair, Minecraft isn't as cutesy and
Well, that's
saccharine
true.
sweet as
You're
this.
absolutely
and that's
right.
the
And I think the best thing about games like Stardew is that they give you farming, but also go down in the mines and kill things. So you have your choices of what part of the game you want to play. And they're
Exactly.
doing, Minecraft has a lot of options about how you play it. This game doesn't seem to have quite so many options, but it's possible I just haven't explored it enough. So
That
But
is
but
true.
it's a hit though, right? This game, it's a big hit.
Total hit.
It's
It is a big
doing
hit.
well
No, people
among
actually do
the
like
target
it.
audience. I'm just amazed that it has such a high rating on Steam, to be honest.
Yeah,
'cause
but what?
I think
I don't guess
Go
what
ahead.
people are playing it on Steam. Who's playing this on Steam?
a lot of people are playing it. Apparently, it's got a very high rating and a lot of reviews. And I think it's largely because, again, like Disney fans and people who like Stardew, it mixes. That Venn diagram really overlaps hard here. So
It does, but you know what? I think the problem is on Steam. They've gone, fuck, I paid 23 quid for this. I'll pretend I liked it even though I didn't.
well, I don't know that it's
That could work
necessarily
the
I
other way
pretend I
though. They
liked it,
can
but
be
rather
pissed
it's-
off that they paid for it.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, you could refund it if you didn't like it before 2 hours are up. But I think the likely thing is that they become convinced that it's a little better than it would be if it was just
Yeah.
a demo. You know what I mean? It's called the sunken cost fallacy. You put some money into something, you're not as quite likely to.
You see,
feel
somebody, I'll
bad
read
about
a
what you've
review.
done. Go
I'll
ahead,
read a
read it
review
out.
here. Someone spoke.
Yeah.
Am I a Disney fan? No. Do I have kids? No. Am I over 40? Yes.
Am I a weirdo? Yes.
Am I totally enjoying myself more than I should be at my age? Yes. That's all, folks.
Yeah. Well,
There you go.
4,700 reviews, and
I know.
the average is overwhelmingly positive. So hey, more power to them.
So
I
we're
thought
wrong.
I would like this game more
Darren's
than
not
I
wrong.
did.
We're wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong. Everybody else
I
loves
guess
this
we
game.
are. I mean, there's no right or wrong to an opinion. It's just
I don't
strange.
know.
Mm,
And the negative
Yes.
reviews are like so many bugs. It doesn't save when you do this. Screen tearing. Like
I
it's not my
spent
beef with it.
hours decorating my room and it didn't save.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Whatever.
There you go.
Gavlar is in the chat.
Gavlar.
Troj is in the chat. Ian, Lord, Darren, Sim, and Sean. Hi.
Gavlar's
Gavlar is in a
pub.
pub. In
Yeah, have a drink for
Inverness.
me because I'm not allowed
Yeah.
alcohol anymore. So drink
Inverness.
something
Right.
strong.
We're never gonna see Stu drunk again.
I know. No more drinks
What about
for
like
me.
cocaine? Can you do that? And by the way,
Probably
cheers
not.
to our
I would-
sponsor at cocaine.com.
Oh, they're
would
not our
imagine-
sponsor this week.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not our
fuck, why
sponsor.
not?
And I did say last week, cocaine and heart failure is probably a bad combo.
No, it'll boost your heart
saying.
up, make it stronger.
Yeah, oh, boost it up, all right.
Ah,
It
it's
pops
funny.
out my chest.
Right, like in a
Shit.
cartoon. Speaking
Yeah,
of
it
Disney.
would. It'd be like fucking the Roadrunner or something.
Ooh, apparently they're talking about putting microtransactions.
Of course they are. Did you not see all that? This game loft, every game they do has
Mhm.
fucking microtransactions.
Fair enough. The other thing that we should mention, which people might actually care about if they're interested in learning about the Disney video game, is that it is linked to your real-time clock. So when you
Ah.
log in during the day, the game is during the day, and then if you log in at night, it'll be night out, which is fine, except some quests apparently are like time locked.
Yeah.
So the character goes to bed at 6 p.m. And so if you work a job that doesn't end until when you get home at 6 p.m.
Well, that's what
That's Animal Crossing.
Animal
though, isn't
Crossing
it?
did.
Yeah.
That's what
well,
Animal
that's
Crossing
fine,
did.
but that doesn't make it a good thing to do all the time. Because then, what if people can't play the game? when they
Animal
need to?
Crossing had certain insects or fish that you could only catch in certain months of the actual year, of the
It's
real
ridiculous.
year.
Well, I mean, months I don't mind so much because you probably get one day a month off at least.
Yeah. So there were certain things
But
you
if
could
it's
only do
time
at certain
locked, it's
times
like,
of year.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
anyway,
you know what my
Disney Dreamlight,
favorite thing?
Nope.
My favorite thing on Animal Crossing when I used to play it a lot was just going in on New Year's Eve when it hit midnight and everyone come up and wish you a happy New Year and stuff. It was well cool.
So you were desperate for people to say hi on New Year's Eve.
No, it was just cool.
So you went
that
to your video game to hang out with your friends. This is the weird thing too about Disney. It's like all your friends in one place. You can make your community better. And I'm just thinking, look, I know I stare at computer game screens a lot, but shouldn't you be going out and spending time with actual friends and like making your actual community a better place?
Oh, I'm sure when this game launches, there'll be lots of like event stuff like Halloween and obviously Christmas
Oh, I'm
and
sure,
New Year.
and that's
and
fine. I mean, like
firework
I said, I stare at video
displays
games a
and-
lot, but it just seems bizarre that we're seeing yet another version of like, hey, ignore your real friends, ignore the real world you live in, and let's make this pretend place better.
Yeah. But what people just going back to this, the Animal Crossing, what people used to do was change the date on the like DS so that they could
Oh,
do the
sure.
stuff they needed to do. So they used to make
Yeah.
it think it was the right time of year when it wasn't.
You got to do what you
Well,
got to do.
You got to game the game, man.
So
Game
that's
the
what
game.
I think of Disney Dreamlight Park.
Chinny, what did you think about it?
Yeah, you're gonna play it again?
I
How
didn't
far
like.
did you get?
I got some tools. I
I
didn't enjoy it. I hated it.
No.
Every minute of it.
Did you? Every minute.
Every minute.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
I
pretty
even
ridiculous. When you
hated
pick
my
up
own-
the pickaxe, it's like da, 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 da,
I even hated my
Oh,
own
yeah.
avatar. Like I just instantly disliked him.
Yeah.
So
Why?
I just
You-
thought
you
he was
chose
like
it.
a massive knobhead.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
he was
a Disney
like a
prince. Of course,
jock.
he's gonna be a knobhead.
It was like one was a
Yeah.
jock, one
But
was
you could
like.
you could make him look different. I mean, you could give him a silly haircut or like.
Well, I had a woman with a beard, so I put a beard on a
Okay.
woman.
All right then.
Seemed like a good fun thing to do.
Sure.
That's what I did. But-
Right. Anything else to say about this Disney game?
Nope, it's terrible.
All
Don't
right.
play it.
Moving
No,
on.
people love it. I don't know.
Stu, why don't you go next? Or should I go next?
I'm going to talk about the fucking weirdest game I have ever played.
Okay, what's it
Which
called?
is called Scorn.
That's
which is
saying
Scorn?
something for you.
It- Is that like the music group Scorn?
No,
Eh?
it's like.
Oh, wow.
Oh God, have you seen the film Existence?
Nope.
Well,
But I've
look,
heard
have you-
Scorn.
Well, if you've seen the film Existence, this game is like that. It's all body horror stuff.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
that
Uh,
sounds great. Is the
so-
soundtrack by the music group Scorn?
No. Fuck it. No. So
All right, I'm gonna stop playing it now because I don't want us to get knocked off of YouTube.
that's all right. We didn't hear any of that. Anyway,
You didn't?
no,
Ah,
Which you
crap.
did. no, we don't
No.
want to hear it. We don't
Too
wanna-
bad. You shouldn't have said it.
Oh, for God's sake. So, anyway, so this game is a first person puzzle game, and you're like this weird zombie thing. It
Okay.
is kind of cool, right? The one thing I will say, when you first start off the game, it's like a picture of a zombie head in the background of the menus. But when you press
Okay.
start, that is your actual character, and it sort of just seamlessly goes from obviously the menu straight into the game from there, which I thought was kind of cool. I quite like
That is
that.
kind of cool.
But it's fucking weird, right? So the first puzzle, right? I'm going to describe it because it's not really a
Yes.
spoiler. Because this game
Okay.
tells you nothing. It doesn't tell you how to
Okay.
work stuff. There's no tutorial. It doesn't tell you what things do. You've just
Yeah.
got to kind of work it out for yourself, and you've got to mainly stick your hands in stuff. Is probably the
Okay.
easiest way to describe this game. It does a little bit. I mean, this is kind of a tutorial because it just shows you how to work switches and shit. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it gives you. You get into the
Right.
second area, and there's like a slidey egg puzzle. So you've got to
Okay.
get an egg from one side to the other by slide a little bit. You get into
Right.
the second area. Wow, there's an echo.
Sorry.
Who's echoing there?
Yeah, no, that's my bad. Go on.
So basically, you have to slide eggs around in like one of those puzzles you like do. Where you've got to move stuff out of the way to get it to where you
Yeah.
want it to go. See that kind of
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
You do
and
all
the
that
music
stuff.
is by the music group Scorn. Yeah.
He had to do it, didn't he, Ginny? Couldn't
I
help
had to
himself.
do it. You shouldn't have told me you couldn't hear it.
Had to do
Anyway,
it.
that's the end of that because I don't want us to get yanked off of YouTube.
Well,
Go on.
anyway,
Anyway, you're a zombie in this world of
so
the
you
dead.
get this egg, right? You get this egg.
Yes, you get an
Egg
egg.
goes down in this lift to this bit of the chamber you can see on the screen now. So it's like a big
You
round
had me at
chamber,
you get an egg, right?
right? But when the
Yeah.
egg comes out, you can hear this weird noise, right? So I'm like, where did the egg go? So I climbed all the way down. And I could hear this like moany, groany sound.
Was it a
So I
bunch
was
of
like,
zombie mouths?
No. So I looked up, and there's this
Oh,
person just squished up inside the egg with limbs hanging out at the sides and
dude.
weird shit. So
Yeah, man.
anyway, I'm trying to describe it here, but he's making some weird noises. Anyway, so
Yeah, I am because it's a weird game.
so you stick him in a trolley and you push him round
Yeah.
a bit, and his arms are
course.
hanging out of the trolley, and
Cool.
this thing comes down on his head and then squishes it a bit more, and all blood pours out. Then I moved it right. There's two contraptions within this area, and I'm like, well, I don't know which one to use. I'll just use that. Turns out you can use either of them, and you get the same result, but just a slightly different way. So I stuck him in this egg chair thing, and then I pressed
Okay.
another button, and it scooped him out. It just completely scooped him out, right? His head and all, and just dropped him down a hole. His arm was left dangling. So I went
Yeah.
over, and and
He
you
doesn't
get
mean any arm.
you get the severed arm to solve a puzzle. So I'm walking
sweet.
around with a severed
Carrying an
arm, trying to work out where I shove it, right?
Yeah.
So I
Shove
shoved
it up
in
your ass.
I shoved it in various holes
Of course.
to no avail. It didn't work. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I must be missing it. It doesn't tell you fuck all. So I'm like, I must be missing something here. So I goes back to the chamber, and behind where I hadn't seen, there's
Torture
like a
chamber.
little alcove. And when you go in the alcove, there's another thing you can stick. So you stick the
Ah.
arm in there, and it gets this contraption on it. And then you can
Okay.
use it to unlock. So you use it as a remote arm to unlock the
I
door.
see. Yeah. Okay.
So, and then that gets you out of that chamber. So I did all that, right?
For those who aren't watching, it's like an H.R. Giger painting come to life.
Yes, it is.
Everything's
That's
corpses
basically
and
what
blood
everyone
and
says, but-
Spines and
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of like the existence like comparison because it's
Right. I mean,
reminded me more of that.
19th century.
But he
beautiful
probably
art.
based it on that, I guess. Don't know. So
yeah,
yes,
I think H.R. Giger based his paintings on.
no, that
the movie.
existence based
Oh, right,
like
yeah,
he based
yeah,
it
I
on
think
these
you're right, yes.
paintings as well, probably because
Sure.
there was like guns made out of bones and stuff.
Yes. Sure.
So anyway, and that fired human teeth as well, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But this game, right, is fucking weird. So you get to the second level, right? Got
Yes.
to that, and like I did the first thing, and I had no idea what I was doing because nothing until you get about an inch from something, it doesn't highlight you can interact with it.
Yeah.
So there was nothing obvious, and I was walking around for fucking ages. Like, what do I do now? I don't know what I'm fucking doing now. What am I doing now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I eventually found this thing, and I got a gun that looked like the Existence gun, so it was all made out of bones and flesh and arms.
Oh,
and-
dude. Yeah.
So I got this gun, and then I'm walking around for fucking ages again, right? And I'm pressing on stuff, and it shoots out this fucking grabber thing, like looks like one of those grabbers that you know, I don't know. It was just weird. But I didn't get any further than that. I have no idea what I was meant to do after the grabber thing. So
Okay.
it's like it seems like a game where it's all trial and error. You've just got to see if you can interact with something. That
Well,
looks like
right,
you
and
might be
the
able
design
to.
of the game is such that anything looks like it could be operational. Like
Yeah.
every part of the screen looks like it could have something that you manipulate or switch, and
Yeah.
that's a problem for a game like this because that makes you think you're gonna have to wander around and touch everything on every
That's
wall.
kind of what I was doing in the end. I was just
Yeah,
wandering around,
That's just
trying to
bad game
click on
design.
stuff. And then I'm like, well, I can't understand why this isn't working, but I'm going to have another go. Maybe, it's sort of intriguing, but just fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, like, very, very weird.
Well, I don't have a problem with this kind of aesthetic, but I don't have a lot of patience for. I mean, look, making a game takes hours and weeks and months of work.
Years.
And to say we're gonna do that built around like, what if a bunch of corpses were like Aperture Science, but it's all corpses and spines. And I'm just like, really? Like, I don't know. I don't have.
You
a lot
see,
of
the
patience
reviews for
that
this
these
are
days.
are a massively mixed bag.
Yeah.
Some people think it's absolutely amazing, and then other people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
Again, it's appealing to a pretty specific audience, and I'd say the audience for this and the audience for Disney Dreamlight Valley are pretty similar.
Totally different. This
'Cause
appeals
a
to me
lot of
more than
kids
Bang on.
Dreamlight Valley.
Bang on.
Yeah.
This
Mickey
appeals
Mouse,
to me
I think,
more.
shows up at one point in this, except that his ears have been severed off and sewed over his eyes.
That would be
so,
brilliant.
yeah.
Actually, I would play it more.
Yeah, I'd like that. I
happened.
wish that happened
Yeah.
in the game, in
Yeah,
the Disney
exactly.
game.
If that was happening, I'd be totally up for it.
Darren says, I'm seeing the game scorn everywhere at the moment. Well, because it just
Yeah,
came out and people are
it's
talking
being
about it. I
talked about a
guess.
lot. I mean, the only thing I can say, it's on Game Pass. So if you want to give it a go and have some weird shit in your life, give it a go. Just
Yeah, you
play
can do it.
it. Just play it.
Or don't. Like, it
Or
doesn't
don't,
seem
no,
like I
or
would enjoy
don't.
playing it. I'm not gonna play it. I have Game Pass, but I ain't doing it.
I mean, a lot of people are saying it gets. I mean, I thought walking around with a severed arm was weird in itself, but apparently it gets. No, apparently it gets way worse than that.
Oh,
Like
sure
way,
it
way
does.
worse.
Yup.
So I guess I'll find out if I play more of it. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna try and play more.
You are gonna keep playing it, huh?
I'm not gonna let it beat me this early on.
Well,
I'm only on the second level, for God's sake.
There's a big difference between letting a game beat you and just saying like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm gonna move on.
I'm not enjoying it. I don't know whether that's the
Okay,
best
it
way
doesn't
to
sound like you're
describe it.
enjoying it.
I just.
But
I
if you
don't
are, I
know. I'm
believe
not.
you.
I
That's
can't
cool.
quite make up my mind at all, really.
All right. Hey.
I'm
more power to
intrigued.
you.
I'm intrigued as to what the hell's going on and why there's this weird
enough.
zombie bloke.
I mean, to be fair though, do you think that you're gonna get any answers in the next 2 hours?
Well, apparently it's only 5 hours long, so it's not a huge game
Okay.
at least.
Fair enough.
So I might try and finish it because I think, well,
Alright.
it's not a huge. Although to be fair, I've probably wandered around for an hour, not knowing
Yeah.
what the hell I'm meant to be doing.
Right.
So maybe it'll be about 10 hours for me. I don't know.
Well, I know I'm not playing this, so I'm just gonna jump right to the plot summary on Wikipedia.
Yeah, people are saying once you get the rhythm of the puzzles, it actually isn't that bad, but the combat's fucking horrendous. That's
Hey,
what
there's no
people are
plot
saying.
summary. What the what? I can't.
Well, there isn't
get
a plot. What
spoilers
plot
on
are you
Wikipedia.
expecting? It's a zombie man who's
Well, you
using
said you
arms
want to
to
find
solve
out what's
puzzles.
going on. I don't see nothing about what's going on.
Well, maybe something's going on. There is. I've
Well, I
seen a
don't see nothing
few
here.
Scorn ending explained and stuff like that. So there must be.
Okay, well then I'll need to look at that.
So the fact that you see Scorn ending explained means it makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Anyway, back over to you, dude. What else have you been playing?
Right. So I've been playing a game that's very similar to Scorn called Unpacking.
Oh, of course, totally like it.
Yeah. But instead of walking around with severed arms, you're pulling severed arms out of cardboard boxes. You see. Just kidding.
I didn't know
audience.
that was a thing.
Unpacking has no severed arms in it whatsoever. There are some weird looking heads that you pull out of boxes. There's this one little sculpture you have that's like a head with 7 eyes on it or something. But anyway, no. So Unpacking, actually, surprisingly, I didn't realize how many students had played or heard of Unpacking. So when we talk about our weekends, and I said I'm going to be grading a lot of papers, and I'll probably be playing some Unpacking. A bunch of students were like, "Oh yeah, that's such a great game." So anyway, yeah, I finished Unpacking.
Oh, okay.
So anytime Chinny wants to put it up on the screen, that'll be great.
And what about the game?
Right. So the game is. I see what you did there, Stu.
I know.
So you're moving from one place to another. Every level is another year, and sometimes it's like one year after another, like 3 years in a row, and it's like, who's moving this much? But whatever. Yeah, so they are kind of telling a story with all these locations and the things that you're unpacking, but for the most part, it's pretty opaque. You have to, keep track of all the stuff, which I didn't really do, especially the first few years. I was just like unpacking stuff, whatever. And then apparently, like, okay, so spoilers for unpacking.
Oh my God, don't spoil it. I've not finished it yet.
Warning, warning, warning.
Do you really not want me to spoil it?
No, you're fine. Go for it. I'm
Okay.
not bothered.
So fast forward 5 minutes if you don't want spoilers for unpacking. So apparently the person that you are unpacking as goes through a breakup at one point, and that's why you're supposed to put this picture, one of the pictures, instead of putting it on the bulletin board, you're supposed to put it in a drawer or something, because she's mad about the
He
breakup.
doesn't want to see his face anymore.
I guess, or her,
or
face,
her
it's not
face.
clear. But that's not at all clear. Like, when I was unpacking stuff, like, I didn't realize that, okay, they were living together in this year, and then she's back on her own this year. I guess I should have recognized that because it's a smaller place or whatever, but I was just like, oh, okay. Once I figured that out, I was like, oh, I guess there's a breakup. But I was just like, I'm confused. So, I mean, look, it's satisfying. Is it fun? I don't know if I can answer that really, because it depends on your definition of fun, and certainly most people. Chinny, I don't think you would like this game.
Why?
I just got bored. I just found it
Right,
boring.
that's why I think Chinny would get bored,
Oh, okay.
because, yeah, there's not anything to do. Here's the thing. Look, I kind of found it satisfying because I was able to, make sure that all these spiral-bound notebooks, which you are unpacking over and over again, they always get a special place in this person's home because they're an artist. And I know that as an artist, your spiral-bound notebooks are going to be special because that's where you're finding your evolution as an artist, right? But, for the most part, it's like, okay, the coasters go here, the plates go here, the spoons go there. You're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not really that satisfying after a certain point. Like, I can only do it in small chunks, right? So
I found
do
it a bit
level
tedious,
and then
like
I'll
a bit
go away.
tedious
Right.
having to, and especially when you got stuff wrong, you're like, ugh, gotta find somewhere that actually goes. Where does that go?
Yeah, I didn't really have that problem very often because I'm not a caveman who doesn't know how to put stuff away. But
I'm not good at unpacking your shit.
all I'm saying, I mean, I had a few things here and there, but it was
I
like,
am the unpacking expert.
yeah, whatever. It's cute. It's very nice aesthetics. The music's kind of nice. There's this weird song at the end during the end credits. It's really over the top. It's like, oh, I'm packing something away
Oh
from
God,
all
did
the
someone make it just
strife.
a song about unpacking stuff?
Pretty much. And then it was like, I'm unpacking into
my
our new life.
clothes in my unpacking bedroom.
They said something about like, now I have a stable place. I don't have to roam, and we're really turning this house into a home. And I'm like, oh, really?
Oh wow,
Oh,
cheese
God,
to
what are
the
you
extreme.
doing, people? Come on.
Can I ask a question, right? Because I saw quite a lot of complaints about this game.
Okay, go ahead.
Not a lot of complaints, but people saying it should have finished in like a nursing home or something, like, your final move.
Well, no, I don't think that's a problem because Chinny just left. He can't even handle this.
No, you can't handle unpacking anymore.
So I don't think it should have ended in a nursing home. I think that it reaches a point where, again, spoilers for unpacking. Since you ask, I guess I'll tell you.
Warning.
We end up with a happy relationship, and they have a baby. So the final level is this house that has a nursery. Like you have a crib, and you're unpacking a lot of baby stuff. So that's the sort of happy ending of the story.
I hear
don't think it
people
needed
saying
to go
like
on.
they cry when they play at the ending of this game.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would cry. To be honest,
That's what I
It's
said. If it
just-
had been like Cradle to the Grave, you know what I mean, and the final level is you dying in the nursing home, and it's the final time you unpack somewhere, that
But a
would have
lot of
made
people-
more sense to me, I guess. It's that finality.
Well,
innit?
maybe
This
they're
is your
planning that for
final
unpacking too. I don't know.
unpacking too, the nursing home.
Hey, shit, this game's done very well. Don't think they're not thinking about it, or they're not working on a sequel already.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it'll be later life unpacking.
Could be. I mean,
yeah.
that's the thing. Is that here's the thing. Look, games. It's so weird how some games include so much story and other games include so little. And I think this game is erring on the side of less overt storytelling, which I think is good. it's best to show and not tell in general when you're telling a story. But I think the problem here is that they went too far with that. And they were like, what's clear in the storyteller's head is not always clear to the reader. And you have to make sure that it's clear. And I don't really think they did that, but there are a lot of people.
I mean, from the few levels, I probably played 3 levels, I think, either 3 or 4 levels. I thought it was quite clear on the, how, her life had changed. You know what I mean? I did think
at the start of the game, yeah, it is. But once you get to the 5th level, it's like, oh, wait, what's different from the 4th level?
All right, okay.
So, again, maybe I was just, I took a few days off sometimes between levels. So I think it's the type of game that is better played in a small span of time, because then you're more likely to catch the differences between here and there. But it's good, not great. Fun, satisfying, not necessarily fun, and it's definitely not for everybody.
Ant in the chat says Unpacking 2 has a heart monitor that you've got to unpack.
I think that's good.
There you go.
That's good. Everyone needs one of
those. A huge woman who attacks you. Yeah. All right,
anyway,
back over to you, Stu.
Back over to me. I've also played. I did play another game, by the way, in the like the demo thing off Steam Next Fest, and it was called 10 Dead Doves.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Now, I thought this game was going to be kind of cool, because it looked cool. It's a horror game. It's got
Spoilers,
this cool
I don't think it is.
monochromatic aesthetic, all black and white. And I think it's set in Norway or somewhere weird like that. So I'm not saying Norway is a weird place, but it's a sort of Scandinavian place, supposedly. I didn't get any of that. I was like, what is this? What am I playing here exactly?
So it's all black and white, Stu.
It's all black and white. I'm this dude, and you just...
It looks like you're playing the intro to a James Bond movie.
It is. And you just walk around, and then I got lost, and then nothing happened. And I'm like, is this it? Is this a whole game?
Sounds like your best game, Stu. Nothing happened, you walk around.
Nothing happened, and then I walked a bit further, and still nothing happened. And I got to this bit, and then he wouldn't go any further. And I'm like, where the hell am I meant to go now? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, just weird. So I backtracked, and then I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, is this it? Is this a game?
Yeah.
I don't know what I was playing. It was like, I don't know. It's like, and he had this weird movement like Heavy Rain, where you have to turn the character, like tank controls. So it's like tank controls, and you have to sort of move him around and then point him in the right direction.
Yeah.
See the look on that dude. Is that the dude playing it, or is this something else?
Yeah, it's the dude playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, the look on his face is kind of how I felt playing it.
Yeah. You look amused.
I'm like, what is this thing?
No.
So
that's the best kind of video game, is when you're like, what the hell's even going on? What am I supposed to do? I'm confused and bored.
I don't know. So I just stopped.
Good.
I don't blame you.
I really got to the point where I was just like, I don't know what this is.
It's bad when the game's too weird for you.
I know.
Yeah, really.
I know. You know me. I like weird and shit games. This game
ain't no Dear Esther, man. That game
way too weird and shit for my liking.
Plot narrative and
it was just fucking weird. Anyway, that's it. I don't know what else I can say about this terrible, strange game.
Yeah.
It's just odd. So I played some weird games this week, man. Weird games.
Did you have any clue about why it's called 10 Dead Doves?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the black and white
storytelling.
Yeah, really.
Black and white doves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Duke, back over to you, I guess. Then, seeing as that's it, I'm done.
Game called Medieval Dynasty.
Ooh.
All right, okay.
Which is, I played it last week, of course, and this week I didn't have an urge to play it a lot, to be honest, which is kind of strange because it's right up my alley, crafting, survival, building, that sort of thing, in a Skyrim-esque world, but without the monsters and magic and stuff. Yeah, I think it got to be a bit of a slog last time because I had to buy. I think I was having trouble with the farming, and I found some website that was like, in order to farm, you need a bag. A simple bag won't do. And in the game, the tutorial I was playing, it kind of walks you through making a simple bag. So I had a simple bag. I think I didn't use it the right way because later on when I got my regular bag, first of all, the regular bag's like 200 gold, and getting gold in this game is very slow. So I had to keep making tools and selling them. So I had to wander around gathering logs and sticks and rocks and making them into tools and then selling the tools and then going back out and getting more rocks and sticks. It was just a silly. So I think the reason I didn't play this game this week was because it was such a slog at
Sounds
the end
awful.
of last week. Yeah, but I think if I push past that and go back to the game, I'll be at a different part of the game and I'll be doing better. So we'll see. Anyway, there's not much to say about Medieval Dynasty because I didn't play it very much, except to say that I didn't have an urge to play it. The final game I will talk about this week is Monument Valley Panoramic Edition. This one plus the sequel, Monument Valley Panoramic Edition 2, were both on sale this week for like $10 for the bundle. And I was like, well, I mean, I can't not. I don't want to lose money on this.
Why not?
Why not? Just play it, Duke.
Just buy it, dude. Just buy it.
So I have been playing it, and you know, everybody's always talking about, oh my God, Monument Valley, like you gotta play it, it's the most great game ever. And I totally get why they say that. This game is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So well
it's not very
done.
long, but it's
Put them on two
very
different lines,
slick.
Chinny, for crying out loud. Yes, I don't know how long it is, but it's very slick. It's so well done. The graphics are gorgeous, and it does right what Hocus did wrong. So if people remember, Stu and I both played a game called Hocus. I think we played Hocus 2 or whatever. Right. So that game is like impossible shapes, and you have to move this little dot around that impossible shape, and it occasionally just switches from the down right direction to the up direction just randomly. This game doesn't move randomly. You have a little character that you wander around, but it's always perfectly clear which direction gravity is pulling, and things get impossible. It's based on a lot of MC Escher art, but it never makes no sense. Like
Jacinta's in the chat, and she wants to know if we got our email.
I've already moved it into show info. I've done it already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've all come through this week, which is weird. We've got a couple of weeks where people have sent emails and it just didn't arrive. It's very odd.
Sure, so you say.
Well,
okay.
As you were,
so anyway, Monument Valley is gorgeous. The aesthetics are magnificent, and this is what Fez wanted to be. Like this game is simple, it's elegant, you're moving things around and adjusting reality when you do. And both Fez and Hocus wish they could be as elegant as this.
I don't know. I think saying Fez is not an interesting game is doing it a disservice.
I didn't say Fez isn't an interesting game.
I think you're doing it a disservice though, saying it wishes it was this because I think Fez was a pretty interesting game.
I'm not saying Fez is not an interesting game. I'm saying Fez isn't nearly as elegant as this game.
I think Fez was more difficult.
Yeah, but I also think Fez was obtuse and inelegant. I don't think the puzzle design in Fez was very smooth or easy to access. Not necessarily easy to solve the puzzles, but easy to figure out what's going on. So anyway, the point is, I think this game does a lot very well. The bridge is the black and white video game for MC Escher art. This is the color game for MC Escher's art. And if you don't know MC Escher, he's a magnificent artist. Go look at his art. At certain times, there are these towers that you have to kind of spin by holding. There's this design element that shows up again and again, which are these like 3 dots or whatever. And that's how you know you can sort of pick up or you can hold and turn the cat or the tower or whatever it is in order to realign reality or whatnot. At times it's kind of hard to control that because you have to sometimes spin it more than once. So, you know, that's a little annoying, but it's not a huge deal. And there are certain puzzles where, okay, let's say this glass is going to be near my eyes, right? And it's
he's holding up a pint glass.
I'm holding it toward the camera, right? So if I hold it up, then the character can walk over and then go into my eye. You know what I mean? But it's the perspective that matters, not the actual proximity from one thing to another.
Yeah.
So that happens at certain points in Monument Valley, which again is not a big deal. It's just I had to deal with the puzzle a lot of different ways before I realized, I'm supposed to break reality and walk across something that I can't actually walk across because it looks like you can walk across it. So whatever, it's fine. Big thumbs up. Monument Valley, very well designed game. It deserves all the praise it gets constantly. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Very good.
It-
I
it
did
works
forget a
sorry,
game.
Real quick. Hang on 1 second. Last
Go on.
thing about Monument Valley. It is the type of game you can play, do a couple levels, and then bounce out and come back to
Ooh, you
later.
love those games, dude.
I
Have
do
you
love
played?
those
Have you not
games.
played this, Ginny?
No.
I'm shocked. I did think this was something that you'd have probably played at some point.
No.
It's been
I
out
think
for a
it is
while,
the
hasn't it?
highest. It's been out for a while, but only on the phone, and it's the
Yeah.
highest, most acclaimed phone game of
Yeah.
all time. I think,
And there is a Monument Valley 2 as well, which I've played and finished, which is also
which
great.
I just bought in the bundle. Yes.
Yeah, so that's also very good. Yes, I'd forgotten the game. I'd realised
We'll
that
talk
when
about
I
it
was...
now.
Oh.
Yes,
Go ahead, let's hear it.
I bought a new VR game this week, and I've played quite a
Ooh,
lot.
I thought you're not supposed to play VR.
Oh, well, this one's fine because it's totally
Okay.
chill. It's about as chill as it gets.
Okay, what is
But I played. Do you remember a while ago? I played a game called Townscape, where you just
I
were building-
remember
I
that.
do. It's not even a game.
It's not even a game. It's just to make a town out of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a VR version they've just brought out. Cheap as chips. It's $6.99, right? They've priced it accordingly. Cheap as
Okay.
chips. I had a 30% off voucher, so it cost me $4.99 or something.
Dude, it's like they gave it to you.
It's like I fucking got it for free.
Yeah, really.
I love it. It's just so cool. I built this huge, massive courtyard, and then within the courtyard, I built an inner courtyard, and then on top of that, I've built this huge, massive four-sided tower, with stuff just coming out with all these towers on top, and it just looks like something out of some weird fantasy novel.
So let me ask you a question. When you make this town, like, do there ever be people?
No. A lot of people ask for that. A lot of people say, "Why is there no people in the game?"
Because
or
it's like in
whatever.
Minecraft. Like, I can make a gorgeous little village in Minecraft, but it's so frustrating because it's always going to be empty. So
Yeah,
people
that's
on,
like
on the
this.
internet are like, "Here's this village that a plague hit." I'm like, I don't want a
Yeah.
village where a plague hit.
Yeah,
Anyway, go
that's basically, and a lot when they say that to the developer, he's just like, well, this is the game. It's it's we're not really going to add anything. But it's so elegant. The interface is just great. You can do double building at the same time if you want. And what I kind of love about it is how stuff evolves over time. As you sort of like when he took a block away there, you end up with a little veranda and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are signs of life, even though you don't see people, for instance.
There are signs of life.
There are if you build a big tower, you'll get clotheslines appearing with people's clothes on in between them, like strung
I
up.
wonder how much work would be involved in just coding in some people to scurry about. Like, not necessarily people
know.
you can follow or
I
learn
know.
about, but like that would
I
make
do
such
agree.
a difference.
It would. But then it's £5. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's not
Yeah,
a
no, I
huge
know.
investment, and it's great
yeah, I hear you.
in 2D as well. But in 3D, it's just superb, and you can just move your stand. The only thing I've thought, which I'm not a massive fan of, is, this guy seems to be swinging around it. I have no idea how he's doing any of that. When I did it, you have to move the actual thing you're building around. So whether he's doing that and it just doesn't, I
Maybe
couldn't
there's
figure
a
out.
control you don't know about.
And I think I'm missing something because he's moving really fast around it. Mine, like to zoom out away from it to have a look from above, it seemed to take forever because I had to kind of just push it away from me.
Yeah.
So I must be missing a trick here and like moving
Could
around
be.
because he's. But then also he could just be stood up, I guess, whereas
Yeah.
I was sat down doing it.
Yeah.
So that might be the reason because he can just move around it like in a real space.
Right.
So that's probably why. But you can move it. You can just pick it up and grab it with both hands and then just like turn it around and stuff to have a proper look at it. But what's cool, like there's so many cool little features they built in. So there's like a day-night thing, so you can set it to any time of day or night. When you set it to night, all the little lights come on in all the windows and doors and stuff. And it just looks so cool. And I'm like, it just looks really like cute. You know what I mean? It's such a cute game. So yeah, it's if you
it's
just
very cute.
if you just want to play a game just to while away a few hours, or even just 20 minutes or half an
Minecraft.
hour, it's that kind of game. You can just have a bit of fun and just keep
enough.
building stuff, and it just evolves as you're building it, and you can use different colors and different things, and there's just like this fantasy. It's just like a fantasy world, all these sort of weird structures with stilts and metal struts, and I just think you can have some order though. That's what's kind of cool. So you can build just crazy shit like this dude's doing, but you can actually make it really uniform and sort of symmetrical and things like that as well. So if you're you know, if you want something that looks identical on all sides, it's never going to look totally identical because everything's always a bit curvy or wonky. But you can build like individual towers that are next to each other, or you know what I mean? Just like different heights. All my towers are slightly different heights to each other, but all the same on all four sides.
Yeah.
So I'm very symmetrical, me, when I build stuff. I like symmetry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. It's a little game. It's like I say, it's a few quid on VR. If you got a Quest 2, I think this is a no-brainer, really, for the price point.
I disagree.
play it.
It looks shit.
Well, you would say that.
Nothing is a no-brainer to Chinny.
It's a no-brainer, man.
Well, thank you for that perspective, Stu. Jacinta made a good point in the chat of YouTube, and she said, wanted to make a brief comment about unpacking. One reason it's had such a positive reception is about representation and accessibility. The main character is queer, which is revealed slowly, and that is true. At one point, you are unpacking like twice as many bras, so it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, it could be, there's other reasons besides the fact that the woman likes women, but that's the most likely explanation. And that's the thing is like, the whole game is like, you have to assume, you have to extrapolate from the details what the characters are like because you never get any direct characterization, which is fine, but whatever. Anyway, the game isn't difficult like in many other games, Jacinta says, so I think a lot of younger newbie game girls really appreciate being able to play it, and many queer women enjoy being seen. That's why people cried at the end. But yeah, it's cheesy as all heck. So thank you for that, Jacinta. Well said, and I agree with all of that, so yeah.
So you're going to have a go at Townscaper on Game Pass, Ginny?
So I was just going to ask, why does Duke hate women?
Yeah, and why do you hate women, Duke?
What was it on? Why are you a communist who hates America? I can't remember what show that is, but anyway.
So yeah, no, well, I'm not.
Quit dodging the question, Chinny. Are you gonna play?
Yeah, dodging the question, Chinny. You're not gonna give it a go.
No, I would rather cut off my penis with a rusty bread
Wow,
knife.
that's a little bit harsh. Say,
yeah.
I'm probably not gonna play it either, but I'm not gonna make that kind of drastic statement.
Yeah, I don't think you need to
don't
really.
wanna play it.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't going to appeal to the sim type people like.
But it's
you,
a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer if you just want something to chill.
No-brainer.
I mean, this game and Puzzling Places is awesome. That's really great.
It's like Lego for idiots.
It is. This is just like building blocks.
See,
It's
I
just
make a
like-
point and to shit on the game, and Stu's like, yeah.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's just easygoing Lego. You don't have to think about it too much. You can just put stuff where you want it, or you can just play stuff more deliberately. You don't have to be random like this, dude. You can just do whatever you want. But whatever you do always looks cool. I'm just saying, it does look cool.
And I think that would make it the fun of it wear off so quickly. Like when I make a town in Minecraft, I have great pride in it because every block looks exactly like I want it because I have to put every block in place.
Correct.
With this game, when you put something down, it automatically sculpts it into like a building home type thing, which is fine.
You
I just
can
think
work
for me-
once you work out what affects what. You can be a little bit more deliberate, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? If you know, like when you take this type of block away, this appears
hear
or
you.
whatever. So you
hear
can
you.
have some design influence over it,
Yeah,
but just not a
I
lot.
just don't think it's for me. Yeah.
Not a lot of design.
But I'm glad you like it, Stu, and I'm not going to make
No,
any
I do like it. I think it's a good
body
chill game.
mutilation comparisons.
Yeah, exactly. This is the opposite of Scorn, can I just say?
Right.
Yeah, there's
All
no.
right, so we're done with what we've been
yeah.
playing then.
Yeah, I think we are.
All right, so we got some news then?
We have got news, loads of news this week. Can I just...
Putting news first.
Let's get to the news.
So, there's been some big heap shit dropping this week.
Big heap shit. By the way, I watched the
Big
trailer
heap
for the
shit.
Mario game, or the Mario movie. It looks fun.
Thanks.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, basically, the voice actor, Helena Taylor, who voices Bayonetta, has come out about why she did sign a non-disclosure agreement, but she went, fuck that shit. I'm going to tell people about what's the real reason I am not playing Bayonetta this time. And I didn't realize it till very recently she's not playing.
She's urging a boycott of the game.
She's urging a boycott of the game because they literally offered her $4,000 to reprise her role in Part 3, which she had to audition for again, even though she's done the previous 2 games.
That's so crazy. It shows
Right,
how
so
disposable voice actors are. To
Yeah,
these
yeah. So they
companies.
made her audition again. Apparently, that wasn't the first offer. Apparently, the first offer was completely insulting. So whether they offered her like, I don't know,
Do it for some
$1,000.
bread, bitch.
Yeah, do it for a bit of bread and shopping.
Yeah.
So yeah, she said she came back. I mean, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. But Jennifer Hale is now the voice actor.
Yeah.
Who's the
from
lady
Massive-
who got the sack?
She's called Helena Taylor. She's a British actress.
Okay.
And she was the original voice.
And she's
of
been
Bayonetta
she's been
in the first and
Bayonetta for the
second one.
last 2 Bayonettas.
Right.
So the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Because that's how old those bloody games are.
That is. But Jennifer Hale from Mass Effect Femshep, she is now playing Bayonetta. So that's who's in the new game. So this is how she started her piece. She said the Bayonetta franchise has made approximately $450 million.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not including any merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years, 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts, with voice coach Barbara Barkley, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles.
Not Larry Moss.
And Larry Moss. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout flat rate was $4,000. This is an insult to me. The amount of time I took to work on my talent and everything that I have to give to this game and to the fans, I am asking the fans to boycott this game and instead spend that money that you would have spent on the game donating it to charity. I don't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but it was immoral.
Yeah.
She said, I'm more of a lover than a fighter, and many not see me as a Bayonetta in real life. However, I've realized I'm more like the character than I knew. I understand that boycotting this game is a personal choice and that there are those who won't, and that's fine. But if you are someone who cares about people, who cares about the world around you, and who cares about who gets hurt with these financial decisions, then I urge you to boycott this game.
You know what? I'm going to say here and now, I hear you, ma'am, Ms. Taylor. I appreciate your struggle. You deserve to be well treated. I am not going to play Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
I want to, but I'm going to not play it just out of solidarity with you,
You know
ma'am.
what?
And I hope every member of the Veteran Gamers trio here will join me in this boycott. Chinny,
Duke, you know what?
are you in?
You've inspired me. And
Solidarity, man.
And Helena, I feel
right.
sad for you, and you know what? I'm not going to play this game. I was so looking forward to it.
I was
but I'm
too.
not going to play it. I'm not going to play it.
Stu,
Dude.
how about you?
Dude, can I just ask you though before I
Stu,
say
how about
my
you? No,
piece?
first we'll talk
on,
about this
what
in a
about
second.
you? Stu,
Tell
get
us
on.
whether you're going to join us in boycotting this game, Stuart.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on.
Or are you going to be a scab and cross
I'm
the
gonna
picket
tell
line?
you. I'm going to tell you what's what here. Right? I have
ahead.
today. Well, I want to give you this so I can give you the reasoning for my decision.
So that's a no. You're not going to hold the line.
I've watched the
scab.
The same week this story broke, they've released a 4-minute trailer for the new Bayonetta 3.
I wonder if there's any connection. Gee, let me see. No, there couldn't be any connection.
So I watched this here trailer because I thought, how different can the voice really be? You know, different voice actors. Is she doing a good job? Does it sound like Bayonetta? And no, it sounds fuck all like Bayonetta, right? And on that
Is that
basis,
a game breaker for you?
it's a fucking game breaker, man. I'm not playing this
Really?
game. No. In addition, right?
Game.
Oh,
So you are
my
joining your boycott.
God.
We're going to hold the
I am.
line.
But there's another reason. That's not the only reason.
Now, wait a minute. Hang on a second, though. If it goes down to £5, will you buy it?
Oh,
my God.
You fucking
it's
got me,
such-
man.
Oh,
So much
my
solidarity,
God.
but
No, man, I'm
$5.
not gonna do it.
I mean,
but,
okay.
but there's another reason, right? There's another reason.
What's
It's
that?
not only the voice acting. I watched the gameplay and thought, fucking hell, this looks like an Xbox 360 game.
Yeah, looks
Mm,
rough.
It
Well, it's
didn't
on the
look
Switch.
Good. It's not good. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, right? And I think Bayonetta
agree.
2 looked better than this on the fucking Nintendo, whatever the hell it was.
Well, that came out on the 360 and the
The
PS3.
Wii U. No, it only came out on the Wii U, didn't it?
No.
Oh, did it? Did Bayonetta 2 come out on the others? I thought it was a
I think
Wii
it
U
can't-
exclusive.
Let me have a look.
I'm sure it was Wii
You
U
might be
exclusive.
right, actually.
Anyway, that being said, I think that looked better. This, I looked at it, even the gameplay didn't look as good. And I was like, And when she started talking, right, it sounds like
Stu, you are
somebody-
correct. It's out on the Nintendo Switch and Wii U.
It looked like, it sounded like, sorry, someone doing a bad impression of Bayonetta.
Well, that's
'Cause
because
she's
that's
not-
basically what it is.
Yeah, because she's not British either, so she's not got an English accent by default, you know. It's
So is she affecting a British accent?
Yes. So it's sort of
Well,
she's
to
trying
be fair,
to
it's
sound...
not really that hard to do it, is it? I mean,
yeah, totally. That's
you know,
exactly how she
anybody
sounds.
could do a British accent.
But
Sorry, we've got to stop the show. Duke's having a stroke.
yeah, it is. But
Oh, sorry about that, Governor.
It's completely put me off.
Yes.
It has totally put me off because it's like, I don't know. It just seems weird because you're so familiar with that voice.
Yes, I'm
It's
so
almost as though
familiar.
the company needs to pay for what it wants.
Yeah.
And if it's not willing to pay for it, it's going to get substandard voice acting. I mean, not that she's a bad voice actor, but
No, everybody loves friendship, so she's not a bad
Jennifer
actor.
Hale's a good voice, but she's not. And the other thing that she said, which I thought was quite interesting, she said, well, Jennifer Hale can't sign merchandise as Bayonetta because she isn't Bayonetta. I'm Bayonetta, which I kind of agree with.
I mean, that's a little trickier. Nobody really owns a character. Exactly.
No, but if you wanted it signed by Bayonetta, I'd want her. I wouldn't want.
Well,
I
right.
I wouldn't want Hale.
Oh,
because
sure.
she's
I would
not
want the original
Bayonetta.
voice actor as well.
Yeah, I want the proper voice actor.
But I mean, is she signing thanks love Bayonetta, or is she signing it thanks love and then whatever her name is?
Yeah.
So whatever.
I don't
Amar said, "I'm sorry, but they came to her with a rate. She didn't accept the rate. They moved on. It's not her creation. Move on." And you can buy Bayonetta 3 if you don't care about people, because that's what she said. If you care about people, then you will boycott the game.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. It doesn't mean you don't care about people. But I mean, look, I want to play video games in a world where the people who make that game, everybody who makes the game, is well compensated, especially when the game makes millions of dollars. The people who made the game deserve a fair share of that money. And there's no reason to doubt that this game will make a lot of money, and therefore she shouldn't get a flat rate. She deserves options and like profit sharing and stuff. Like we have the ability as gamers to demand that sort of thing and to help make conditions for the game producers, the devs, the coders, the testers, the voice actors, everybody, get a better wage.
I think they should have got a bloke to do the voice.
Yeah, I'll say.
I can do it. I can do a British female accent.
Yeah.
In it.
Can I just say, Armar in the chat is weighing in on the tough shit to her, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an
saying,
argument.
I'm sorry, but they came to her with a rate. She didn't accept that rate. They moved on. It's not her.
I really should have read that out earlier. My bad.
I'm buying Bayonetta 3. The whole Jennifer Hale can't sign merch stinks of self-entitlement, but it's not her creation. Look, I agree. I don't disagree. But if I wanted something signed by a Bayonetta voice actress, it wouldn't be Jennifer Hale, in my opinion, because she's not. She isn't her. If she did the work, then she didn't get paid. That's a whole different thing. I get what you're saying. I do. But for instance, right? Say you're a top accountant.
I like how we're spending like half an hour on this stupid news.
Well, wait, here comes an accountant analogy, which is going to clear everything up. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to clear everything up. So you're a top accountant.
I'm the Ben Wyatt of the
you're
world.
You're the fucking Martin Lewis, right?
And you normally calzones.
And you normally get paid £100 an hour for your expert advice.
Yes.
And then someone comes to you and goes, "Yeah, well, I'm only going to pay you £1 this time. Is that okay with you?" You're not going to do it, are you? And that's not right. Not. She's right to take a stand. Why should she do it for peanuts?
I agree, she's right.
Like she said, and this I think is the best part of what she said. So she said, hold up, fat cats cream off the top and leave us a rotten crumbs. In England right now, there are nurses going to food banks to feed their children. That is not right. This is not acceptable. I don't think it's kind of the same thing, but
yeah, that's a bit of a stretch.
It's a bit of a stretch.
But on the other hand, look, she's right in that working people across the board accept conditions that aren't good. They accept being paid crumbs, and regardless of what your work is, if that work is valuable, you should be paid an equivalent salary or wage.
Like when you think how many
hours... The work she's doing is not as important as the work that nurses do, but you know what? A lot of people do work that's not that important.
I think you'll find it is just as important as what nurses do.
Yeah,
she's the voice of Bayonetta.
Totally is. But I suppose if you look at it in acting as normal acting, if you get a Hollywood actor doing a movie, even the crappy ones probably get paid more than that. In these fucking indie films that no one ever watches, probably get paid more than $4,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the film, I suppose, but yeah, some films are gonna pay. You know,
You know, some of these actors get paid, I don't know, $50 million a movie or $30 million a movie or whatever.
it's true.
And there's equally as much work involved.
Well, I mean, certainly if it's an animated movie, there's the same amount of work involved. If you're doing physical acting, then there's more work. But yeah, no doubt. I mean, right. And I think there's something to be said about the fact that, right, video games are probably not valued by the industries the same way an animated movie is, just because they're considered to be, you know, kind of kid stuff, even though the market for video games is probably bigger than the movie market right now.
Look, if they
because so many
made
people play games.
$450 million off the previous two games on the back of her great, let's just say, great voice acting, can I just say?
Yeah, exactly. You
Then
pay for
they should
work.
have paid her more by the time you get to the third game, right? And you fucking helped to earn them $450 million. They might go, here, have 100 grand. You've done a fucking
again,
good job in the last two games.
And a
I'm
Snickers.
trying to argue the
Yeah, have a
thing
Snickers bar.
in the chat there. Yeah, you know, the accountancy thing. But let's think of a different analogy. Suppose when they're making Toy Story 3, they go to Tom Hanks and they're like, "Hey, Tom Hanks, we want you to be Woody in Toy Story 3. We're going to pay you $4,000." Seriously, like, wouldn't that be insulting to him?
Of course he would.
Now,
He'd tell
I mean,
him to go and take a running jump.
Right, and all his fans would be right to say, Disney, you got some nerve offering him $4,000 for this important role. He's made Woody his character. And then if they got someone else, he would be mad and he would say, like, you know, I'm not signing things as Woody. He doesn't own the character, but on the other hand, he is the voice of Woody.
He's Woody.
So,
although
that's
they
the
have
way I
changed
think
Buzz
about it.
Lightyear recently, didn't they? They got a new voice
Well,
actor
they did a
for that.
reboot, and he's like before he came to Earth, Buzz. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's something to be said for that. All right, what's the next news story?
Okay, there is more news this week.
What's the next
I will
news?
give you another one.
Gotta find a different sound clip.
This, I love this.
There
Okay.
we go. That's the sound for the next news story from now on.
It is the sound for the next news story because...
Is it a Fallout game? Oh, snap.
No, it's an Oblivion game, so almost.
Well, that was
Almost.
okay.
So there's...
I have the Oblivion sound effect right here. You ready?
There you go.
Yeah.
So somebody has made a mod for Oblivion that allows you to order pizza from Domino's in real life, so you don't have to leave the game to order some
first of
pizza
all,
Brilliant.
okay, I have two questions here. Hang on a
Every
second.
game should
Question
have
number
this.
one: who the fuck is playing Oblivion in 2022? Question number two: who is making mods for Oblivion in 2022? Question number three: how does a mod dial a phone number?
So no, basically it does it online for you. So basically,
Okay,
you
fine.
so you find a character called Pizza Nicky's Black, right? And when you speak to him, he says, "Hello, I assume you're here to order some pizza," and then you give him your order, and he puts it online for you and orders you a pizza.
How lazy do people have to be?
I think it's brilliant.
I think there should be more of this.
I like it. I like it being able to order your takeaway.
I think they should be doing that in like Warzone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you're
too
in the
right.
map
You don't have to
and you can
leave.
buy
Don't
like a
give 'em any
UAV.
ideas, man. I'm sure they're working on it.
You could buy a UAV and then you can buy like a pepperoni pizza.
I'll
Or a
bet
Big
Amazon. I mean, you know, Amazon has those little buttons you can put on your desk so that when you run out of Doritos, you just hit the button and it
Yeah,
orders you
they
more
do.
on Amazon. It's a short walk to go from that to something in a video game where you just hit, visit an NPC.
I mean,
and
to be
I
fair,
need more
this is a
Mountain
little
Dew.
bit of fun, but it could get abused, I guess.
Well, of course it could get abused.
Yeah.
And how far down the rabbit hole are we going before we end up like that guy on South Park who's just like all day, just click, 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 click.
What do you mean?
It's not
Like,
healthy, y'all.
aren't we
go
there?
to the phone and order a pizza.
Oh
Or
God,
I guess
loved
people go on the
Oblivion.
web and order the pizza. But
on
I
the
mean,
app. They go on
Anyway.
the apps.
right?
The
they use
apps.
app. I've never used the app to order any food ever.
Oh my God! What year are you in?
I know, right? Well, 'cause I don't need
What,
to.
do you
I have a
what
phone.
do you do? Phone up?
Yes.
Who phones up anywhere
Gross.
anymore?
I know, right? Or I
Gross.
stop
Oh, I
in
don't wanna
on
speak
my
to
way home and I
humans.
get it, or I go to the website and order that way.
No.
I go
don't
on
wanna
the
speak
app
to
and I
humans.
complain about how it doesn't have all the features I want.
Correct.
I go on the app and I say, why can't I do this from a video game from 2007?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what you want to do.
That's crazy.
I know, it's brilliant. I
Now,
love it.
Darren makes a good point in the YouTube chat. The only way this could be useful is in VR because then you don't have to take the helmet off. But
I
again,
like
That's
that.
true,
That's
that's
good.
true.
That's a good point. Let's do
is
it.
it really that big a deal? Shouldn't
But I
you
mean,
occasionally
eventually you're
take the
gonna have to
helmet
take
off,
that.
re-engage with the real world?
You're gonna have to take that helmet off to like.
Unless they have a
Unless.
IV VR IV. They call it VIVR. where you just stick it in your arm and then it puts the pizza in that way.
Yeah. Or the
You don't have
delivery driver, you pay an extra feature where they come into your house and feed it you.
Shove it into the helmet.
Shovel it in your mouth.
Ow!
Just put it in my mouth and rub my throat.
I'll be in the tub, as Jim Gaffigan said.
Get your
Key is
reflex
under
going.
the mat. Chip, chap, chip.
Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales hits PC on November 18th even.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I
so
still
yeah,
haven't played
so-
the first one.
Yeah, coming out.
Another
on PC.
It's great.
PS5 exclusive that goes
Miles
to
Morales is absolutely fantastic.
There
Is
you go,
it
you
much
see?
better than the first one?
It's actually sort of on a par. Yeah. Like it's
Okay.
just like
Well, see, then there's no reason for me to play that instead of the first one. The first one's going to
no,
be
they're
cheaper.
both. That's like saying, okay, they've released more Skyrim, but I
Is
might
there
as well not.
fishing now?
Yeah, there's no reason for him to play more Skyrim.
There's
Well,
no
I haven't
reason.
played the
Never
first
say
one.
that.
Yeah,
That
but
is
it's
the last
more.
thing.
First one, yeah, I'll play regular
There
Skyrim,
are
and then I'll do
scenes in the
DLC.
first in the Spider-Man, like the first Spider-Man, where you play as Peter Parker, that are amazing. And then there are scenes
Okay.
as Miles Morales. It's like, yeah,
No,
just
that's
play 'em-
fine. I'll play them both eventually someday,
both.
maybe.
play 'em both.
But
Yeah,
for
just
now,
play it.
I'll
Just
play the
play
first
it.
one first. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, you see, this is Duke. He's just a whole load of contradictions because he's complaining that he wouldn't want to play more Spider-Man. But
No,
he
I'm not
plays
saying I don't want to play more
Skyrim.
Spider-Man. I'm saying if I haven't played the first one, there's no reason for me to run out and get the second one.
I suppose. Anyway, there
next
is some
news
other
story.
news. There's some other
Okay,
news.
here we go.
Valve have registered a new trademark called Neon Prime. So what the hell do you think this is?
Oh, dude. I don't know.
So
It's
there's
a
no
lot
other
of wild
details.
speculation based on a tiny bit of information.
So come on, Neon Prime. What
Let's-
could it be?
I think this is like a Steam Deck game.
You think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be
So-
surprised. I mean, it could be a
Oh.
new subscription service. People have talked about that on Steam for a while.
I thought that was my first thought. I'll
Right.
be honest.
I'd-
Was a
I would also
subscription.
be very surprised because that would require a lot of maintenance that I don't think Steam wants to do.
Yeah. Well, it's listed. This is what it's listed as for computer game software, electronic game software, video game software, computer
No
game
information.
programs downloadable via the internet.
Oh,
So
well,
that
it's a
tells us
streaming
nothing.
service.
It sounds like a streaming service.
Oh, I didn't know
But-
all that information.
Well, I've just given you some more. I'm giving you tidbits.
Not a lot
Well,
of
you asked me
information.
what it was before giving me all the information.
Well, I thought I'd see what you thought it was just from the name alone.
Yeah, well, now I've got it wrong. Now I look
That's
like a
more
fucking idiot.
interesting. Me give you some fucking supported information, isn't it?
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I think it possibly is a streaming service. That's what I'm going with. Because let's be honest, it's the
It
last
seems
thing
weird
for
to
them
use the
to
word
do.
Prime, though.
Yeah, it does. Neon Prime. Why neon as well? I don't know.
Oh, it's a name, isn't it?
It doesn't. I don't know. It sounds very Valvey though. Somehow.
I don't know. What do you want it to be called?
Well, you can have a
Fucking
valve that allows neon to go through.
Door
so you
handle
just have these-
prime? Like, what do you
Yeah,
want?
door
Like,
handle. I don't know. Head crab prime.
I mean, the reason
What
that
about
they probably chose neon is because it is a colorless, odorless, inert, monatomic gas under standard
course.
conditions with
Why
about
wouldn't they
2/3 the
choose
density
that?
of air. Yeah. And
There
it
you
was
go. I wish
discovered
I'd
in
have known that.
1898, as everyone knows.
Final bit of news tonight. Nvidia launched the RTX 4080 12GB
fuck this.
and then unlaunched it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So they launched it and I went, oh yeah.
The interesting thing about that is
And why did they not launch it?
because it was meant to be coming out soon. I think it was sort of in the next couple of weeks. But then they also launched an RTX 4080 16GB and a 12GB version, and the 12GB version is a lot cheaper. And the 16GB version has nothing in common at all with the 4080 12GB version. So they said it was really confusing for the person buying it because they thought they were getting a 4080, but in reality they're getting a 4070 or a 4060 or something.
Scum.
But they just wanted to call it a 4080. I don't fuck know what's going on.
You bastards! How
And
could
one-
you? We trusted you.
One was priced at $899, and the 16GB one was priced at $1,699, virtually
Christ.
double the price. Makes no sense.
Well,
So
you
they
know
went-
what? It doesn't. But I'm sure there were people lined up around the block to buy it.
Yeah. Have you seen the size of
Which
this
is the
thing?
crazy thing.
It's the
It's
same
almost
size
the
as an
size-
Oh, you'd
Xbox
need to
One
get
X.
two hacksaws
It's
to put
this,
it in your
no,
PC
no, no,
case.
Series S it is.
That's
Same
what I
size
said.
as a yeah.
Oh, Series S, yeah, Series S.
Yeah, it's the same size as an Xbox Series S.
That's what I meant.
It's
Sorry, yeah.
fucking enormous. It's like a
That's
fucking.
pretty
I don't
enormous.
even. How big do you need a computer case to be to hold that?
Well, like my old
Shit.
PC didn't cost 1,600 quid. So
I know.
it's
1,600
mad.
quid, the size of an Xbox Series S. It's fucking ridiculous. It's the same depth as well. It's just enormous. Who needs that,
Who
really?
needs
Nobody
it?
needs any of this. It's just a way of saying, I got 60 frames per second. Me.
Well, to play
get
what
super
game? To play what
4K.
game? A PS4
Nobody plays
game.
games. If you're getting this, you're not
No,
playing games.
dude,
You're doing
look,
crypto or some
it's
shit.
people want to play Spider-Man, which is a PS4 game, ported to the PS5, then ported to the PC.
Right. Right.
Which plays apparently absolutely brilliantly on a Steam Deck, which has none of this.
And it
power.
also plays absolutely brilliantly on a PS4.
Yeah. It just plays.
So why
just
are we
play
playing
it.
these games?
I don't know. Why do we need a graphics card that
Why
costs
do we do a
1,600
show about
quid?
video games anymore?
I know it's stupid. Kay says that all the time.
Yeah.
She's like, "Wow, what do you talk about every week? How can you find something new to talk about?"
How
That's all we
stupid
talk about.
games are. That's what
we
talk
often
Yeah,
don't. I mean, the
stupid.
point, the answer to that is we don't many times.
Don't. Right, that's it for news, but we have got emails. We've got quite a few this week as well, which is great.
Whoa, that ruled.
And we've also got a quiz. Can I just say?
And
We've had
most
a
of the
quiz.
emails, most of the emails, where's the T-shirt drawer?
That is kind of what people are saying.
Well, yeah, I
Like,
mean, you
where's the
two know
T-shirt?
that those graphics are coming. They're happening.
I have seen the graphics. We've done some tweaking, but they're
Yeah,
looking
tweaking.
good. I have to
Looking
say.
good, man. Y'all are gonna love these shirts. Let me tell you.
I
what.
think so. I think they're going to
Yeah.
be great when they come.
Yeah,
are,
Stu
we are.
wasn't happy with the size of his penis on one of the.
I wasn't happy with the size of my penis.
I don't know.
so
I
wanted
was
a bigger
opposed to
penis.
having Stu's penis on the shirt at all, but I
Yeah.
was outruled.
I was
Yeah,
insistent.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway,
Emails.
here we go. The first email this evening is from Blake Gaylord.
What up, Blake?
And he says this. I heard on the last show that Chinny likes card games, and I wanted to suggest a game.
Ah,
Inscription?
inscription.
Are you talking to say Inception?
No,
Well, it
inscription.
is-
I
It's
don't
inscription.
think they made
It's
a video
inscription.
game.
Oh,
about
it's
that.
the R out. That's why I didn't.
It's
Am I
inscription.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
It's
okay.
Inscription.
I've heard of it.
This game was one of the best card games I have played in a long time with a horror aspect and had the story that sucks you in. I'm almost sure you'll all will like it. I could see Stu even getting into it, maybe Duke, but it's doubtful, but maybe.
Yeah.
It's doubtful.
Also, I want to get Stu's opinion on the picture I sent with this email. If this is true, it's really screwed up. Bayonetta would do that to the original. Yeah, well, we just talked about that at great
Hey,
length.
hey!
so
These
do that.
companies exist to make money. Period.
Money. Show
What do
me
they
the
owe
money.
people? Well, that's a separate question. And most companies are gonna say what they owe people and go because
Yeah,
they're just
pay
trying
them
to
what they
turn a
want.
profit.
Peanuts, man. Peanuts. Okay.
But
this
you're right.
next
They should have a different attitude. Go on.
This
Next
next email is from Tainted Brain, and he says this. Meant to do a speak pipe, but time got away from me. He says, "Hey guys,
Hey.
hope you're all well." And Stu is sticking to his management plan. I'm trying to. Really quick email just to ask you what games, if any, you are looking forward to that are coming out before the end of the year. I guess the big ones are God of War Ragnarok, COD Modern Warfare 2, and A Plague Tale Requiem. We
Well,
don't
that
talk
allows
about
us to. Oh, sorry.
we don't talk about Bayonetta 3. See my comments in the Discord for the guys.
There
A
you
lot
go.
of people feel really strongly about all this stuff, I'm telling you.
Apparently, yeah. So Trike76 had asked what our thoughts are on the new COD Modern Warfare 2 releasing this month. Big franchise, some love to hate. I don't love to hate COD. I actually really like COD, but because I only play it for Team Deathmatch, and very few people play Team Deathmatch anymore, and it's clearly not designed to cater to players who only play Team Deathmatch, I don't necessarily want to download a 500 gigabyte battle royale game with updates of 20 gigs every week. I think I'm going to give Modern Warfare 2 a miss. Thanks.
Well, they've also that was a little bit of news, I guess, but they've also reintroduced or made sure that people have to do two-factor authentication on PC. So to
Okay.
try and crack down on cheating.
Good.
So you've got to
I've
register
never
your
really
mobile
bothered.
number.
I'm never really bothered by griefers on Call of Duty, to be honest. I mean, maybe it's because I only play the newer ones, but I haven't had a lot of problems with that myself.
It's more for
glad to hear that
Warzone,
because-
apparently.
Well, okay, well, fuck Warzone.
Anyway, Plague Tale Requiem, Chinny.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I want to play Gotham Knights as well, so that's another one. And yeah, I'm excited for Modern Warfare 2. I liked the Modern Warfare reboot in 2019. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I like the single player, I like the multiplayer, I like Warzone. So, though that there's not much else really. Yeah, God of War. I'm not like. I love God of War. I like the 2018 God of War. I thought it was brilliant. But yeah, I'll definitely play it. I don't know why. I'm not like gonna play it day one. I don't think. But yeah, I'm more excited about Gotham Knights. I don't know why. I just have a soft spot for Batman games. So.
What kind of game is Gotham Knights? Is that like
It's a Batman game, so like an Arkham Knight.
Well, I know that, but is it another like run around open world?
So
beat up bad
so
guys?
Batman is dead in this game.
Okay.
And you play as Robin, Batwoman, Red Hood, and Knight something, Wing, and it's a co-op Batman game. You can play it on your own, but also you can play it with another friend as well. And you can carry on with the mission while they do something else, and they can jump into the mission. And you ride around, combat's the same, all that sort of stuff. It's Gotham, so I like all that sort of stuff. I don't think it's going to be top tier, AAA, oh my god, game of the year kind of game, but I like Batman games.
You see, I don't know what to think about God of War Ragnarok because I've still only got a PS4, and I know if I try and play that game on there, it is literally going to try and take. Yeah, it'll try and take off though, won't it?
Yeah, I think if I were you, Stu, I wouldn't. I would wait until you have a PS5.
Yeah, I think I might wait.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping me getting it. I probably will play it this year. To be fair, but I'm excited for. What's the Requiem? What's the Plague's Tale? Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. That's really good. What else is coming out? I don't really know.
I don't know. Usual shit, I suppose. I don't know.
I listen to some podcasts and they're like, "Oh my god, how are we gonna have time to play all these video games?" I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know what else is coming out. The coming soon.
But anyway, he continues. For me, God of War is the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I've also been watching all this business about the big MS merger and PlayStation potentially losing COD. So I went looking for a new IP that is only appearing on PlayStation that could unseat COD. And by Jove, I think I've found it.
Oh, yeah?
So I'll give you some of the blurb from the game details, removing the obvious parts, see if you can guess the game. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
The
Destiny
blank is rather large and rather hard, but that is no reason not to give it a stroke. They love being stroked as much as anything else. Whether they can actually feel it is up for debate. But don't let that stop you, though. Get
Slime
stroking.
Rancher? Golf?
No idea.
Those are my guesses.
No. Any idea?
I give up. What is it?
Apparently, the game launches on the 10th of November on PlayStation only, retails at £3.29, and it's called Stroke Your Tortoise.
Okay, well, I was close with the Slime Rancher, I suppose.
That is an equal deal to Call of Duty, isn't it?
It is totally the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Next one is off Antonio, and he says, open world. He said,
what up?
Evening all.
Evening.
Open world games, they're everywhere, it seems, nowadays. Yeah. And I have a strange thing. I do that. I'm not sure if you also do. Sorry. If you also have. Sorry. I do enjoy a good exploring a well-made game world around the bustling worlds of the Yakuza series or wandering the wastelands of Fallout. But once the story is wrapped up, I find myself much less inclined to step back into that world.
Correct.
I had this recently with Yakuza 7, played it, had fun, enjoyed the open world. But once the story had wrapped up, I felt much less inclined to step back and wander or finish up anything I hadn't done thus far. Do you guys have the same kind of tendency in this case, or am I alone on this one?
Most of the time, yes. Like for 99% of open world games, yes, except for Rockstar games because they do such a good job of making more stuff happen after you finish the game.
Yeah, agree with that.
Right.
I mean, some games are okay after the main story wraps up, but here's the other thing. I tend to do a lot of stuff along the way, so that by the time I aim for that final mission, I'm pretty much done with the game, and therefore it's fine that there isn't much left to do because I don't leave much to do. Witcher 3 was an exception to that. I kind of, by the time I got to the last hour of story, I was like, I don't care about these side missions anymore. I'm just barreling ahead to the end because I just want to get
I
was the same. I was the same
because it's just so big, and you just like, okay,
it's big, and a lot of this side stuff feels samey in Witcher 3.
I've actually been back in The Witcher 3, and I played it for about 10 minutes, and I was like, nothing else to see here. So no,
that's your favorite game ever.
It is. Once I'm done with an open world game, I'm done because I don't like them that much anyway.
Play the Witcher 3 sound clip that I have right here.
That's the one.
There you go.
That's the one, totally. Okay, Jacinta Heather, 3 things. Warning, I was a few episodes behind until recently, so this email address is old content.
Her name is Jacinta.
Go ahead, let her rip. We love old content.
I enjoyed the 20-odd minute conversation about COVID diarrhea way more than I should have.
Thank you.
It was almost therapeutic, as I also had the run's pro-life tip. Be very careful if you're prescribed both antidepressants and ADHD stimulants. I had what felt like gastro for weeks. Number 2. The new veteran gamers all play the same thing from Game Pass format is excellent.
Oh,
not only does it
I
make
told
for
you
a
people want this.
more cohesive show, but it also enables many viewers access to those same games and then try them for themselves. I've downloaded
but you have
couple...
access to the game demos on Steam. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, but you play some shit off Steam, don't you?
That's not the point. The point is, if you want to try out these games that I don't like, you could also not like them.
And it's great. So I wouldn't normally have tried, and it's great to be able to compare my experience to yours. That said, I would probably still enjoy the show if you only ever discuss bowel movements and ill health.
Well, you know what? 3. I don't think many people agree with that, so thank you for the suggestion.
Well, that might be a possibility, to be fair, on this show.
It's maybe.
I understand that you guys downplay it on the podcast and don't necessarily want to have a whole emotional blow-by-blow, but holy shit and fuck, what? I just need to address this briefly. I am not at all okay with this news about Stu's heart sending all the positive vibes and love I can muster, which is actually quite a lot, Stuart. I hope any medical treatment you need is not too invasive, uncomfortable, or expensive. Do your job, the NHS. I hope you can learn to manage your symptoms to regain some sort of normalcy. Not sure if you're a hugger, but if you are, biggest of hugs from Australia. Oh, thank you, Jacinta.
He is a hugger. You are a hugger.
I am a hugger. I'm a good hugger.
I'd like to say that it is good to have some heartfelt moments once in a while on this show. So
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less. Anyway,
that's my love language is sound clips. So
I know. Anyway, we have got a quick quiz. Are you ready for a quiz?
Well, hang on a second. I will be ready once I play the song.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
So this is from Mark Allport, and he says, "Quick quiz attached for you to enjoy and promise." It's a subject.
Do I have to play something here?
No, well, I don't know. I've not even opened it yet. We'll see what happens. And promise it's a subject you may never have come across before. Enjoy. So here we go. I mean, it's a Google Doc. It's opening, kind of, very slowly. Okay, here we go. And the quiz is called Guess the Game that included a jar quiz.
Wow.
Yes, I was bored. 3 points
we
for
are
guessing.
Running out of ideas on this show.
Okay. 3 points for guessing in 1 clue, 1 point for guessing after clue 2. Okay. Game
games
1.
that features a jar.
A jar.
Like a glass jar.
Like a jar.
Wow.
Okay.
Game 1, clue 1. Fairy in a jar.
Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that. I'll give you clue 2, but I'm assuming you're right. Fairy restores life to this adventurer.
It's usually probably Ocarina of Time he's referring to, but yeah, Zelda.
Okay. Game number 2. Pickled baby in a jar.
Death Stranding.
Jar requires delivery man to transport around. So there we go.
There
Definitely.
you go.
There's more jar games than I thought.
I know. Game number 3.
I hope they ask about butterflies and torch bugs.
I bet they will.
I bet they will. Game number 3, clue 1, bugs in a jar.
There
Skyrim.
you go.
There you
No,
go.
not
Ooh, I can play
Skyrim.
the Skyrim sound effect.
I was
back.
going to say Animal Crossing.
Well, there's a bunch of games that have bugs in a jar. Skyrim, Animal Crossing, and probably others. Here's my
Well,
Skyrim
it might not be
sound
that.
effect.
This is a particular game.
Okay, what
Animal
is
Crossing.
I'll give you clue number 2 because I'm not sure
Skyrim
you've got
Crossing.
that. Jars were a long-running mystery in this game, but now solved.
it? I mean, it's possible that Skyrim had a mystery about jars, but I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. Skyrim's still my guess, but I don't have any confidence. What is it?
I don't know. I've not done the answers yet
Excellent.
because I can't see the
All right,
answers.
well, we're going to say
until-
Skyrim. That's our official answer is Skyrim.
So Skyrim. And the final one, number 4, clue 1, evil fetus in a jar wearing a tux.
Total Recall, the game? Open your mind, Quaid.
I don't think it is.
Evil fetus.
Evil fetus.
Evil fetus in a jar.
I mean, Resident
wearing a
Evil,
tux.
one of the Resident
Is that
Evil
like,
games?
yeah, I was going to say Resident Evil or Silent Hill or something.
I'll
like
give
Yeah.
you a clue, Duke. Right, I know the
Okay.
answer to this, and I'll give
Okay.
you a clue.
Have
You
I
have
played
pl-
this?
You have played and finished this game, and it was very.
Oh,
difficult.
is it Fear 2?
No. Think
me another hint.
about it.
No, I've been thinking. I don't. Give
It's
me
a
hint.
very, very difficult platformer where you die a lot.
Oh, Super Meat Boy. Yeah, you're
Super
right.
Meat
He's not in a
Boy.
jar. He's in a glass container with a
sort of a
lid on
jar.
top.
It's a jar.
It's a jar. I know. I'm joking. It's. I mean, he's in a robot basically with a glass
Yeah.
enclosure, but it's basically a jar.
But the clue too, which is what I got it from. I'll be honest, I didn't get it from the first clue.
Okay.
Cube of meat is enemy of the jar.
Well, I don't know. What's the game where a guy named Mario has some super abilities?
So let's see how we did.
Oh, I have my Super Meat Boy sound effect. Here we go.
Number 1, Zelda, and you will do.
Hey, we got it right.
Number 2, Death Stranding.
We got it right.
Number 3, Skyrim. Duke should have known. I was
Hey, got
googling it now.
right.
Well done,
I didn't know
Duke.
that it was a mystery that's solved, but whatever.
And number 4, Super Meat Boy.
4 out of 4, which means what are we? Magnificent, magnanimous,
Magnificent.
maestros? What's
Something
the
like that.
classification for when we get 4 out of 4? Oh wait, this isn't
Good.
one of the Derek Science quizzes, is it?
No, it isn't. But he does
Derek, we miss you,
say
buddy. I hope you're doing all right.
prize, I don't know, an empty jar. There you go.
Ooh, I love a
Take
jar.
it. Where is it? Let me have
I
it.
like a jar.
Give it.
Can do some
Don't
pickling or
promise things
something.
you're not actually going to give us.
Do
No,
some
I'm putting my
pickling.
M&Ms in it. I'm
Put
tired
some
of having them
pickles,
in this
pickle
Tupperware
juice.
container.
Well, you can't put a bit of pickle juice on everything, Duke.
Oh God! I thought you weren't supposed to have salt. So what are you putting pickle juice on things for?
No, pickle
There's
juice
salt in
makes everything
pickles.
taste better.
But it's got salt in it. You can't have it.
Yeah, tastes good though. Bit of brine. That's
Hey,
what
I'm
you
trying
want.
to. I'm trying to look out for you, buddy.
I know.
All right. Do we have any more emails?
No, that's it for email. So I
Oh,
guess it's
thank
time for
God.
shout outs.
Right. That.
Yeah.
Where's my? Oh, here it is.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Shout outs. Well, I'm going to shout out the cardiologist tomorrow night who hopefully does a good job of my MRI scan. There you go. I'm going to
Yeah.
go with that. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I'm hoping he does a
Yeah.
good job, or she. He or
I
she
hope so too.
does a good job of having a look at my heart and seeing what the fuck it's getting on with.
Yeah. Give us some help.
Yeah, give his heart some shit, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Drugs. I'll just
All right.
take
Well, if you're not going
drugs.
to do any more shout outs, it sounds like you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, I'm going to shout out Kev Westerman. He alerted me to I didn't mention this when we were talking about Gotham Knights, but apparently it's locked on the console at 30 FPS.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw that. You can't even. There's no performance mode for the new fancy consoles, which is just ridiculous.
Suckers. Get a
Because
PC.
why on earth would you spend all that money on a Series X or a PS5 and then they go, yeah, it just runs the same as it would on I don't know, a Series S or a Xbox One.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Shout out to Spooky Sparrow, my 30 Rock friend. She won't listen to this, but it doesn't matter. Shout out to GH Rocker, who liked one of my tweets. I'm just looking through my mentions on Twitter.
That's all you're doing, isn't it?
And shout out to The people who made the Han Solo bread statue. A California bakery spent a month making a 6-foot recreation of Han Solo frozen in carbonite, made entirely of bread. The mother and daughter duo behind the creation call him Pan Solo. So there you go.
I quite like
Shout
that.
out to them doing creative stuff with bread. I like to see it.
Yeah, I do. It's good.
Chinny, over to you.
Chinny, go.
I'm going to shout out a guy called Adam, who I haven't seen for 20 years.
Wow.
And I saw him today, and he
Cool.
kind of gave me that look, and he was like, Mike? And I went, Adam? And he was talking to me. I basically knew him from school. I haven't seen him from school. And then he was like, he's basically had a bit of a rough time. I don't want to tell you too much, but he's come out of it and he wants to help others. And he's like, I want to start a podcast.
Nice.
And he said, and he didn't know that I did a podcast, but he said, I thought of you, which is so random. And I said,
you've probably been doing a podcast longer than anyone else he knows.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I do a podcast. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, it's about...
Oh, I guess he didn't know that.
No, he didn't know. And I said, it's about
okay.
video games. And he was like, oh, brilliant. Yeah. And I told him, just message me and I'll ignore it and not help. That's what I said. No, so he's going to do a little podcast about the stuff that he's been through, which... I had a glimpse of it. It sounded like he's been through quite a lot. So shout out to Adam, someone that I haven't seen for 20 years, and I saw him today in a carvery. Went for a carvery today, Stu.
That's it. Rub it in.
Rub it in.
Rub it in that I can't fucking eat anything these days.
Lovely it was, Stu. You would have loved it.
Thanks for that.
Do you like stuffing?
I sort of do, yes. I do like stuffing.
I love stuffing.
We had chicken dinner tonight with some stuffing as it goes.
Oh, I love stuffing. So yeah, shout out to Adam.
Loads of salt on that, did. Fucking tons of the stuff.
Yes.
Piled it up. Sea salt, normal salt, bath salt, any sort of salt, really. Just chucked it all on there.
Again, we are done. Yeah, I'm done.
I think we're done.
We're done.
Bye all. Let's
Thanks
do
for
it.
listening, everybody. Go to
Outro.
geekdom.net. Darren asked a good question. Do you know the name of the podcast? If so, please stop. Tell us what
What else did you want?
I think the name of the podcast is going to be.
Stop playing Italian maintenance twins and get in here.
I think the name of the podcast was going to be I Love a Jar.
All right, I'd put MRI in a bath.
Yeah.
So we could either of those would be fine.
MRI in a jar in a bath.
Yeah, MRI in a jar in a bath. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit wordy, but I like it.
Maybe just MRI
Okay, that's enough. No
in
more
a
talking.
jar.
MRI in a jar.
Just keep it short and weird.
Yeah.
I ended the recording.
Hokey cokey people. I guess I've
he
got to
meant
go.
your friend's podcast. What's the name of your friend's podcast?
Yeah, was it? He's not done it yet, I'm guessing.
Don't know. Like,
I don't know. He didn't ask questions. What's the matter with you?
he hasn't even started it. So
Yeah.
Well,
when
it doesn't
he
matter.
does-
It's never too early to start branding things.
Yeah.
I really should grade some more papers, but I'm totally not going to.
But you really can't be asked.
Yeah, he's
It's not
you
that
know.
I can't be asked.
When he starts it, I'll read it out.
Yeah. Send a link through the chat when he starts.
I will.
Put it in our show notes. Not that we ever put anything in our show notes, but
Show notes? What are they?
We put stuff in the show notes because
like what?
Look, the games we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
not
do.
like links to any of them.
Oh.
Just
Yeah, we do.
the names of them. And occasionally, like, we put. Don't we put like one each?
One each what?
One
What are you
game that
talking
we
about?
played each. The last time I looked at the show description, it was like Duke's been playing Skyrim.
Oh.
What a shock!
No. It's like all the games you mentioned.
Are you
in
putting
this-
all the games? Okay.
No, I used that.
I did.
Oh, I'll
We
tell you.
just copied a show notes.
I'll tell you. Like,
Okay.
can I show you something? You two, actually, I haven't told you about this.
Yes.
God, Duke, I tell you, he doesn't even look. He
Yeah.
has
I know
no
what?
idea what we do. Ginny.
Well, the last time I looked, it was a while ago.
Right.
Yeah, it must have
Hold
been.
on, let me show you this. You two are going to
Oh,
be
Show me, yeah.
very impressed with this.
Show me.
Shame you're not
Show
recording,
me.
dude, because you'd be very impressed with this.
Okay.
Right.
What are we
hold on.
looking at? Are you going to put it on in the
Hold
chat? What are you
bloody
doing with it?
boobs.
I'm only asking.
Right. This. Hold on. Publish.
But he's in the middle of something, so asking becomes.
Something.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you copied this whole thing. Clock
Right.
you, what the
Okay.
fuck is
So, look in the Zoom chat, and I'm gonna.
Oh
send-
God. My
What
phone's
the hell happened then, Duke?
I dropped my phone.
Oh.
All right, Zoom chat, more
Zoom chat.
Yes. Okay, there's nothing
And
here.
Bam.
Oh,
Try
there's
that. What do you see?
Excessive
I'm just on
broccoli.
the
Notion, the all-in-one work pod space episode. Oh God. What is all this?
So
I like it.
So on
It's a
here
spreadsheet
is it's not only a spreadsheet, but it's like a log of
tagged.
every
Game we've
Can
played.
can you edit that, Duke? I don't think you can.
I don't think I can.
So, can I just say, this shows how long, Chidi, you have been doing like the show notes for the show, because like this goes back to 2020.
5, 6, 8.
Yeah.
So that's how long it's been
So
done
so what you
for.
can do on this, the reason why this is interesting is because you can go on like the search tab, and then I forgot how you
What
do it.
episode did we talk about this game?
Yeah, so I can type in like Gunbrella, and we can
Right.
go, oh, we talked about Gunbrella on episode da 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 da, and eventually, this will go back to the very start of the show.
Now wait, does that mean you're putting in every episode?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that's-
impressive. I
That's
must admit,
admirable and kind of stupid. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that we're ever gonna need this, but it's impressive that you're.
No,
making
but
it
we could
happen, so
always
I
be like,
appreciate it.
oh, when did you talk about Pikmin 3?
Yeah,
Bam.
but why would we
I
ever
like
need to do that in a way that's more than just like I'm kind of curious.
Well,
to
it's
know
it's
about
if something's gone on for so long, it's nice to log it, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that, Mass
I mean,
Effect.
it's
from-
nice. I appreciate you doing it. It just feels like there are so many other things you could do.
We've been
Oh,
playing.
yeah.
We played Mass Effect for 4
Like, for
months.
instance, playing some different games so that we can talk about them on this show. For
Yeah.
instance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we played Mass Effect for 4 months, Ginny.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But that is impressive, and thank you for doing it.
So
Yeah, it's cool.
so that's updating
It's nifty
as we
and
go.
fun.
But
So,
I
can
usually
ask-
do, I
can
usually
ask
do
a
it in
question
a
about
space where I can't play games. Where I've got like 5 minutes, I'm stuck on my laptop.
You
or
could
whatever.
play some games for 5 minutes. You could play a game of Rocket League for 5 minutes.
Not on my laptop.
Not with that attitude.
I say I've got a question, Chidi.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go on.
You know the t-shirt stuff. Is Jamie doing that? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Jamie designs. I like it.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good
He's
job.
got skills.
He's not doing
Yeah,
it for
so-
free either.
No, I know you said.
What are we paying it?
That's why we're
$4,000.
tweaking.
I'm
No,
buying him
I
a
hope-
I'm buying him a game. Like I'm gonna buy him a
Oh.
game.
I'm saying if we're fucking paying him, we better I can get him to tweak stuff.
Well,
He
you
doesn't
can
mind
tweak
tweaking
it.
things.
We're paying
He's
him
not-
anything, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
he
got to
doesn't mind.
say, what is I'm intrigued to see what Dukes is gonna be because we've
He's what his
obviously got
catchphrase
ours.
is. Well, he has
Yeah.
sent that one, but I'm not happy with it. So I was like, well, if I'm not happy
Ooh.
with it, I'm not gonna send it to
To have a look.
have a look. But
I'm
I
happy with
can
mine,
send
by
you
the
if
way.
you
I think
want.
it's
But
gonna look- I think it's gonna look cool, by the way.
do you want me
now.
to send the one that I've already tweaked?
Okay, go on then. Let's have a look.
So hold on, where is he? Bum, bum, bum.
Excuse me.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Wow, that is a big mouth there, Duke. You'd fit a whole cucumber in there.
I know, right? Sideways.
Sideways.
There you go. Yeah, I've
So
just
have you
sent
put
it
this
on
in
the
the
group.
chat?
On the group.
Okay, let me have a look.
Oh, right. You don't want to broadcast this, huh?
No,
So is this in the group
Nice.
chat on the thing?
on the WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp.
Oh, I haven't got
Love it.
I haven't got my phone with me. I'm like, why am I not seeing this?
Go get it.
Oh,
well, I
for
can
God's
put it
sake.
up. No, I can put it on the. Hold on. I can put
It's
it on
nifty.
the
I like
Zoom
it.
call.
Can you not put it in the
Thumbs up.
Zoom call?
Like that's.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, just pull back slightly. That's gone out of focus.
Well, then you can't
It's
see
not
it.
grabbing it.
I can see it, but
I can
Wow.
see clearly now. The rain. has
yeah, I
come.
didn't know whether you'd have gone with your new improved logo. By the way,
Yeah, I don't know why he's used the old one.
Because I thought you'd have gone with a more slick looking, but that can be tweaked, can't it? You can put the. I would go with the new one, to be fair, because I think that looks a bit classier. No offense to you, Duke. I do like the original logo, but I do think the new one looks a bit slicker.
It's fine.
But especially for a T-shirt.
Yeah. We've got the old ones with the old logo. People can get those still if they want.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Yeah. Thank
But
you for
unlike
working
yours,
on
I
it.
showed it Kay, and she said it looked cool, but you're not walking around with that on a T-shirt.
Why?
Because it's sweary, because of the
cursing on it.
sweariness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I would wear that one. Well, I probably would.
We'll wear it to the strip club, but not to work.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Cheers for that, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yes.
I'm going to go do some stuff that does not include grading papers, but does include editing the
Alright.
show. So have a good night and a good week. Good luck with your MRI, Stu. And
I'm sure it'll be fine. Okie dokie.
See you
Bye,
later.
bye. Alrighty, ho, Chinny. I guess I'll leave you to it. But yeah, no, I think mine's going to look quite cool now. I quite like the idea of taking the piss out of Nike. And I thought it sounds quite like the Nike logo, so that's why I went with it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, just do it, just play it. See, I quite like that. And it looked good. Yeah, you got the font almost identical. It'll look fine, won't it? We're not going to get done by copyright because I don't think they'll give a shit, because who is going to give a shit about some T-shirts we make? So
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, but I think people will recognize it for what it is and think, oh yeah, that's quite cool.
Maybe.
So, and it's like one of those subtle ones. You either get it or you don't.
Sure.
You might get it or you won't. So, right, I will leave you to it. Have a nice evening.
Okay,
and I will speak to you next week.
Yes.
See you later.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.